Hello, everybody. This is Karmakut here, and we are on a Wednesday operation. Time for a nice operation on Fool's Road. This operation is called Fallen Tree, and it'll be featuring the Russian versus militia sides. We'll have a overview of the operation kits and objective here shortly, but this is a nice evening for squad ops. We've got everyone in here. It's a full server. We've got 40v40 one life event. If you're just joining us, Squad Ops is a one life hardcore tactical immersive event that happens multiple times a week, and you can head over to squadops.gg to find out more. My name is Karmakut once again, and I'll be hosting this operation. And yeah, let's jump right into it. The teams are now all loaded in. They're getting their briefings together and making sure that all of the squads know the plan. But yeah, we're just getting ready here.
Yeah, why is everyone so quiet?
They're nervous.
Matter's gonna pull out a pistol.
Do we have a lot of newbies?
Trying to make sure that people are
As always, on our Squad Ops official streams, we have multiple camera perspectives. We're going to be cycling through a couple of those cameras right now. But yeah, on the official streams where we do have our man behind the scenes, Pen, mixing the streams, we do have multiple perspectives for your viewing pleasure. And so that's what we're going to show off right here. To join Squad Ops, all you have to do is sign up at squadops.gg to find out more information and then join the Discord server. You must, of course, obviously own Squad.
Nate. Nate. What's up, man?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you a lot better now.
I can do either one.
As always,
All right,
every
go ahead
month,
and take
squadops.gg runs a
take that.
giveaway that is emailed at the end of every month. So if you're looking to get Squad and you want a chance to win Squad for free, go ahead and check out the giveaway at the Squad Ops, the twitch.tv/squadops channel. There's a giveaway link in that channel's chat as well as a description, I believe.
Why is your rocket out, sir?
I think we're waiting on
This guy has a
two
rocket out. He's scaring me.
and a few people from 4.
Shovels.
It's a glitch. It's a glitch. It's just on your side.
It's a glitch. Okay, fine.
We're going to zip on over to Russia, and as we can see, they're getting ready for their briefing. The goals of this operation are for the Russian team to go through 6 possible enemy locations and find the enemy vehicle. We're going to be showing you an overlay right here that will give you a general overview of the assets and mission objective for this operation. That'll be rolling right now. As you can see, one of the changes that we made to this operation, this information is just a little bit outdated. The Russians get 1 times 30mm MTLB, not BTR. So that's that one change. And then the second balancing change that we made is that the militia gets 1 scout car instead of 2, and that scout car cannot move. So as you can see on the screen, you have 6 known locations of the militia possible fob. Russia has to go through, search and destroy through each and every one of those points until they find the militia and then destroy the scout car. All right, as we can see, Russia's all good to go. They're getting their briefing done right now. We'll go over the squad leaders and commands for this operation. For squad leading on the militia side, we have Truth Realm, Merrick, Nasty Nate, and Pure Paradise with X-Bit commanding. And on the Russian team, we have Best Pony, Silas, Hitchens, and Burns with Shadow Ritual commanding. So we got a good amount of seasoned squad leaders and command. Shadow and X-Bit are one of the 2 seasoned commanders over at Squad Ops, in addition to myself and a few others. Yes, this is the first round at Squad Ops. We run 2 rounds every event. We run a normal first round, and then we swap sides so that both teams get to experience the other side. However, we have rolled out our first Squad Ops campaign, which we tested on Monday, Labor Day of this week. That had great success, and we look on improving it and hosting more campaigns in the future. Campaigns are identical to our ops in the feel and hardcore immersive gameplay. However, they're different in the fact that each successive round is dependent and dynamic, dependent on the first round or the previous round. So assets change, the maps change, depending on what happened the previous round. The second or following rounds are change with it. As we can see, we do have a good amount of Russian Rocketeers here. It'll be really interesting to see how Russia decides to assault the point. As we zip over here to militia, it does appear that militia has chosen the mine as their location. So as you can see, militia has decided to choose that mine location. They'll be staying here and defending the scout car for the duration of the operation.
Please wait until you see an admin broadcast message stating GG. Once the operation has ended, we ask that you do not commit any team kills. There's an auto ban in place, and if that doesn't get you, a staff member will ensure the problem is taken care of, and I guarantee you I will ensure that it's taken care of. So, please do not team kill once the operation has ended. Everything that I've just read serves as your only warning. If you so choose to disregard these rules, Squad Ops staff will kick you from the server. You may come back in.
So as you can see right now, we have one of our event admins, CMYK Matter, in, and he's doing the briefing of what makes Squad Ops different from General Squad, which is making the environment more immersive, making sure that, you know, players are maintaining that level of hardcore and immersive teamwork that we look for at Squad Ops. Just a reminder that these are one-life events, so you only have 1 life, and once you are down, you revert to spectating the operation.
Doesn't really matter for you.
I just wanted to know.
I think it's Shadowed Ritual. Is Expert on my team? Yeah, it's Shadowed Ritual.
Yeah. Okay.
Got you, buddy. Anybody else? Any questions?
Is my face mask on properly?
Looks like it. Nice balaclava.
You guys ready for the command brief?
We're going to the Russian briefing now, as the Russians are now starting their briefing and their plan for this operation. Commanders do have a good amount of free reign when it comes to the operation. They can go where they want, when they want, so long as they complete the mission parameters within the set amount of time.
4 will proceed east to check out mine entrance. From there, once we're sure that we're not going to get ambushed on either side, we're going to then proceed clockwise around the map, checking out the 6 points with the green fob markers. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last one is here. Cool. Yep. And that's how we're going to approach it. This is just a general starting plan. Once we actually figure out where the objective is, we're going to discuss in command comms how we're going to encircle this objective depending on the locations of each of your squads. So just listen to them for the fine details. Are there any questions? Cool. If there are no questions, squad leads break them out for final details. I will call for live.
Holy shit.
All right, as you can just see, the Russian brief has ended. The squad leaders have their plans. They're going to set and get ready. Militia should be wrapping up and starting the brief soon here. And then once both teams have their briefings completed, we'll set for live, and the operation will begin.
Brief in a minute.
All right, as you can see, Merrick here getting his guys ready to go, making sure that all these assets and vehicles have the proper drivers and gunners, and making sure that, you know, everyone on the militia team is set to go.
All right, let's do platoon brief right where matter is. Just That way they don't have to move.
Are we waiting on Dipsy spawn? Hey, firm. Go for it. I'm already done. You should go on. You should go on the catwalk and talk to us. We should probably wait for Flex to spawn in.
No.
I got this. Alright, back to you. Sir, let me heal you. Let me heal you.
Alright. You should just, we should form a circle on the catwalk, encircling them.
Alright.
Soldier.
I'm handing it over to you,
That
Ekbit.
soldier's
I'm gonna go
going.
ahead and switch into admin cam for the event.
You got 3 point.
Thanks, Manor.
We need minimum 4 point.
Worship me. I sharpened it all day.
Alright, guys.
Alright, we need a court martial over here. I'm getting some.
Alright,
we need a court martial over here. I'm getting
So
some.
everybody gather up and
Wait.
blob below. Lights, comms.
Oh my God.
Everybody's got to understand the plan.
Where is
Alright,
he?
so
Oh my god.
I'm floating around. So check it out.
Oh my god.
This round we are defending the mine entrance.
I
The
can't hear
objective for the Russians is
I'll do Marker.
okay.
Get right
I'm
under
coming
him.
downstairs because I don't want you guys to have any question. Here we go. Okay,
about to work
our
out,
job is
dude.
to find the mine entrance. The Russians' objective is to destroy the RDM, which is parked inside the garage here. Squad 4 will be defending the mine entrance building. He will set out assets as he sees fit and give fire team leads their assignment as he sees fit. Squad 3, Nasty Nate Squad, will be setting up to the west in the hills, or around the MG mark. He will either take one Dishkateki or put down an MG, his decision. Once again, his job is to hold that so that they cannot flank to our west. Squad 1, True Throne Squad, will be heading north into the hills and hiding out somewhere around the green fob mark. That's in case the Russians decide to flank us on the north side. If they don't, and they make contact at mine entrance, they will then proceed up behind them and flank them from behind and hopefully push them into mine entrance and cause a lot of casualties. Merrick Squad's got the fun duty. They're taking 2 or 3 techies. They're going to drive far north and then far east. And their job is to come up behind the Russian platoon once they've established contact with us. Hopefully being able to put a couple of rounds of the SPG-9 into the MTLB and or using the Dishkateki to rape the Russian infantry if they're in the open. If they don't see any contact or if the entire Russian platoon is in the hills, they'll go ahead and proceed into the hills and hopefully cover either our east side or our south side of the mine entrance, wherever we're getting the most contact. So it's a pretty simple defense. We've got 2 squads on the point, 1 inside, 1 outside. We've got a flanking squad to the north that we can QRF to either push the Russians into us or prevent them from doing a wide flank to the north. And we've got 1 mobile squad in the techies that should be able to handle the MTLB with ease. Are there any questions? I love it. All right, squad leaders, breaker him out.
Can we position the BDRM a little bit better before we start?
Yeah, whatever
The
Pure wants to do
admin
with
cam.
it. Yeah, I just dirt worked it.
Next bit sightless.
All right, as you can see, the Russians and the militia now have their plans. We're going to go off and show a little overlay here. The first thing that we really want to be talking about is the fact that the Russians get the MTLB and the militia gets an SPG techie and a Dishka techie.
Even if that person is dead, you can use the numpad directly with 6 to talk to me. So if you have anybody fucking around or backseating or doing any shit.
All right, the SPG techie, as you can see here, is an anti-tank technical.
Yeah.
That has a recoilless rifle attached. It's fast, it's deadly, it can do a lot of damage to the MTLB. We're gonna throw up the overlay again here,
You haven't split the team to 2 5.
just so you can get a nice shot of it.
This transport truck, is that an objective? No, just leave it there. It's bait. It's good cover. Once they blow this thing up.
All right, and just like before, we have the Dishka techie.
Park it in here, that's fine.
It's an anti-infantry fire support truck, similar to the SBG techie. The only difference, of course, is that it has a Dishka attached to the back rather than an SBG recoilless rifle.
Alright, so it looks like...
Alright, so militia's all mounted up and ready to set the defense.
So, yeah, are they taking all the dishkas?
Do you want one?
Looks like they're going to place one squad up on the hill, one squad in, and then have this techie strike team pushing out. And a live time has been determined and set. We are going to be live in exactly 35 seconds here. So 35 seconds until we're live. And the operation will begin. Teams will be moving out, and we'll see how militia can hold the mine.
I didn't sign up for the Russian army for this.
All right, Russia's all set. They're mounted up, ready to push out here. We're live in 15 seconds.
Yeah, it is. Hey, can you turn that off and back on?
If there are no other questions, we'll be getting started right now. We are live. Enjoy, have fun, guys.
And we're live. Russia is leaving Russian main. Militia's pushing out from the mine.
Hey, wait, do we get one of the technicals, or...?
I'll bring one back.
Oh, okay.
As you can see, these techies are pushing out nice and fast across the east road. They're trying to get eyes down this valley, making sure that the Russians don't push up this side. It does look, however, that the Russians aren't opting for that first bridge. Instead, they are opting for the second bridge around the corner. As we can see here, Merrick's techie is not going to be able to see both these armored vehicles crossing the secondary bridge. We have a full Russian transport here about to cross this bridge. And they're off. Hopefully this full transport does not get spotted and engaged, because that could be quite a devastating loss. It does look, however, that the Russians are going to dismount here, set security, and push out on foot from this location. It does look that they opted to bring the MTLB after the transport techie. That's an interesting choice. I would have preferred to put the MTLB in the front to protect the transport, but it looks like they're opting to keep that armor safer than the infantry. We're going to zip over here to the other Russian squads and see what they're up to. Looks like they're going to be crossing the river at the midsection.
Yeah, or take it up to Nate.
What's up, man?
Got a nice little file going on here. Or what is this?
If you do get engaged, you actually can aim.
Squad 3.
So they're about to cross the river on foot.
Do we have... can I put an emplacement down?
What a beautiful map Fool's Road truly is.
Can they make it here? I don't think they're going to be able to make it here, but...
Over command comms on the militia team, it does look like that Russian team across that south bridge did get spotted. Militia could be setting up for an engagement here soon.
We would hear them.
It looks like these squads are going to make contact within a couple minutes here. We have a militia squad set up on the hill overwatching this south hill that the Russians are about to crest. And it looks like we're about to have first contact. We'll see if these Russians get spotted on the crest of this hill. The 30mm starts opening up on the contacts on the hill. I'm not sure if he's caused any casualties yet, but he does have good eyes up on that hill.
Hold that technical short. We'll meet you there.
Merrick is on the hill on the west of the objective. He's the one receiving the 30mm fire. We'll see if he can do anything to either get his squad out of that engagement, or if he can counter-engage it with the Dishka techie.
150. They may need to go four-wheel driving.
As you can see, 30mm rounds coming in. We do have one militia casualty already. The first casualty was... Who is this? Who is this? I can't see who that is. Oh well.
Squad 3,
Nameless. He's a nameless Russian soldier or militia soldier.
Copy that. We're gonna be dropping our Dishka now.
Yeah, they're shooting at that west hill.
Merrick's orders are to still hold this hill, even though he has come under 30 millimeter fire.
Just taking 30 mil rounds. Looks like we're in the
It's
clear
not
for now.
always shots, man. It's just the nature of the game. But no, health settings have not been
South
tweaked.
3, you're going to start crossing in the Echo 4 line and try and get around them on their east. We're going to hold this MTLB back.
Copy that. About 302 from here at the
Shadowed Ritual is on the Russian team here. He's setting the Russians up to engage the mine. As we look at a general overview, we do see that the Russians have split into 3 main squads. We have a center squad, right squad, and left squad, with the 30 millimeter pulling up the rear. You can see how the Russians have spread themselves out across the South Hill, but the militia have spread equally on the objective. We have 1 squad on the objective, 1 squad on that west hill, and a squad far on that high ground to the northeast.
Uphill on the ridge right near that mine on the
Right now, I'm assuming Shadow's just trying to get all of his guys online, getting eyes north and into mine before he makes a maneuver.
So you want to attack them from the south using the MSR?
Yep. If infantry takes the heights above the MSR, then I can pull right up and wipe them.
Copy. I'm gonna pull my guys on the east side. If you want to send me like a buddy team, we should be able to hold your east, and then if you got guys on your west, we'll be able to hold your high ground.
I can send you my non. 3 has contact. 3 has contact inside mine.
Copy that 3.
Across the street.
Copy that 3. Hold your position when you get across. Or keep trying to move north. When you get across 3. Keep trying to maneuver. You're gonna come in from the northeast.
As we take a look at the bigger picture, it looks like this right Russian squad has been given the order to maneuver around the flank of mine. However, there is a militia squad. I believe this is Truth Realm squad up here on the hill, and he is set to ambush this Russian squad if they get closer. So we'll see if the militia can execute this ambush appropriately. There's a squad leader up here. He's scanning, but these Russians might get in too fast and beneath his line of sight.
1 times trans. Copy.
It's Crispy, unfortunately, the first casualty of this round to that 30 millimeter BTR. Rest in peace.
Yep, copy.
Alright, all squads are just south hill, southwest.
Merrick is deciding to take these techies on the far west. Let's see what he decides to do. He has 2 vehicles here pushing far west southbound. I believe this is an SPG and a Dishka, shielded Dishka techie. So it's a 30 millimeter hunt squad, I would say, is what these the objective of this squad is.
They're about to make contact.
We'll see how well of a flank they can pull off. Nasty Nate now engaging.
Oh, get down, guys. Get down.
Shadowed is taking shots
Dishka's
at the
firing from
mine.
the,
We have a Dishka emplacement set up on the mine to return fire on that south hill. Both technicals on the west as well now engaging.
2, you're gonna go
30 millimeter
far
trying to
north, and
trade
I
shots
want
with
you
the
to come in.
Dishkas, trying to suppress the objective. Yeah, let's see where they set up that Dishka. As you can see here, we have 1 Dishka within the mine. We have sandbag emplacements all around. This is the scout car that the Russians are tasked to destroy and find. And yeah, pretty much a solid initial defense right here with sandbags and infantry watching the entry points.
Yeah, Bravo, keep on going north and look over that ridge, see if there's anyone. See anything?
Not yet.
Holy crap. Truth Realm squad is about to get walked up on. We have guys within 10 meters of each other up here on this hill. Shots out. We got contacts. XF, we're now spectating. We have contacts within each other about 15 meters from each other on this hill. They're struggling to get control of this.
Copy that.
There is a Russian squad leader already down. Truth Realm, excuse me. Truth Realm squad is still up on this hill. They're contesting 1-to-1. Truth Realm might go down here to this Russian soldier. We'll see. Oh, Truth Realm just in the nick of time, just zips right out of there, just completely abandons the hill. But yeah, Russians slowly taking control of this hill. They're trading shots back and forth. This is a really close engagement. This is just a great showcase of just how big Squad is. Like, the map is huge. The map is immense. But the combat ranges, the actual ranges at which you're engaging enemies, can be as close as 15 meters on some of these maps. We got a good frag here from Sunny. I think that went over, though.
Stand by.
Truth Realm trying to get control over this hill. Squads throwing frag grenades and smokes back and forth.
Yeah, copy that.
We got militia wounded, casualties on both sides. It doesn't look like either side has definite control over this hill yet. Looks like both teams are actually opting to abandon off the hill. Russians retreating back southeast, and the militia pulling off northwest. So interesting. Neither squad committing to the hill. Both kind of pulling back. We're gonna shift over and get a look at Shadow's south assault line here now.
Fall back, guys. Fall back.
Shadow's assault line taking fire from the 50 cal or the Dishka on the hill. That Dishka is trading with the infantry. They're getting pushed off that hill. You can see that fire superiority really playing a role in this firefight. Russia having to pull back because of militia's support assets. Where's that MTLB from Russia? Russia's still looking like they're keeping that MTLB tucked away. They really don't want to lose it. But I'd say at this time would be a decisive moment to pull the MTLB up. And as I say that, we hear the MTLB's engine turn on, and we can see this vehicle start pushing up here.
We've lost eyes on they slid to the top of the hill, but they were pushing north to your left. Copy that once.
Shadow opting to get that MTLB into the fight. However, do remember that we have Merrick's technical squad on the far west, and they might have a great opportunity here to swoop in from the west and tag team this MTLB.
Copy. We're trying to get eyes on that.
As we can see here, this assault line pulling off the south hill. That technical did do its job, forcing this base of fire to move westbound. We'll see where Shadow decides to set his next position. But that technical really deterring that south advance. This MTLB still has yet to get any closer into the fight, holding at the crossroads. You got to remember that militia has a lot of assets that can take out this thin-skinned vehicle. Though it is armored, it's extremely vulnerable to both Dishka fire, SPG fire, and pretty much that's it.
I don't have a fire team lead, so I couldn't give you command comms. Yeah, there's a full fire team to the north.
30mm trying to get eyes on the mine.
Probably at the crossroads.
They are in a very good position here. If anyone decides to go into that second story of the mine, this MTLB is going to take their heads right off with the 30mm. But yeah, Russians' West squad actually managed to get pretty far. However, there's a militia squad that's already read this movement, and these Russians could be in a pretty bad spot if they're spotted. Right now, they're almost sandwiched in between two militia squads, and it does look like they have been spotted. This Dishka already facing the hill.
Can you give me a distance?
Oh! One Russian gets spotted by the Dishka. He goes down. You can see militia using these technicals to great effect. This single technical has done a great amount of area denial, as well as just producing casualties. There's another Dishka, I believe it's in place. Yes, there's an in-place Dishka, shielded Dishka, up on this western position as well. And it has good eyes on the western hill, but it is taking fire from a Russian squad on the south. Militia taking RPG rounds on the technical. We'll see if it goes down. It does look like it's been hit once. Suppression from both teams coming out. And this Russian squad that was trying to push out west is in a very bad spot, flanked on both sides. Rockets coming in, AR fire. Militia has taken a few casualties, but this Russian squad is pinched.
It's coming to us. It's coming to us. Ready? Ready?
Shadow Ritual, however, has got ears on enemy technicals to their west. This is Merrick's technical squad on the west. We'll see if they can catch the technicals right here. I'm zooming in on. I might get here right in time. Shadow has eyes on the technicals. We'll see if they're able to disable this squad. Merrick's squad taking fire immediately. Shadow putting rounds on target. There's an RPG here. Let's see if we can get a hit on the technical. One RPG goes out, hits one of the technicals. We'll see if a second one can get it. Technical down due to 2 RPGs. Good situational awareness by Shadow Ritual, catching this flanking squad. I'd say it's pretty even right now. We're looking at a pretty even split. Merrick, of course, leading that SPG, and Dishka technical hit squad is down. And this squad has been reduced to maybe two members. So it looks like both flanking maneuvers from either team have been spotted and destroyed. This Russian technical team goes down, or the militia technical team goes down, and the Russian flanking infantry squad has taken massive amounts of casualties. We can see that the hill that Truth Realm was originally on, both teams just deciding to just back off the hill, neither one committing. This hill is now empty, and I think that's I don't know. I think that's a pretty, from a commander perspective, I think that's pretty unique, where both teams decide to back off.
What's the sit rep over there?
I killed my squad leader. Fucking squad, dude. I swear to God.
Once again, we have people within 5 meters of each other on this western hill. This Russian squad is right next to one of these militiamen.
Are you asking squad 1?
No, 3.
They have good 360 security, but this one little sector is not being covered at the cliff. Who is this?
All right.
Giant Boyman has an opportunity here to cause some damage.
Supposedly they're really close. At least
militia sweeping this hill. Russians trying to maintain 360 degree security and hold this hill.
Bound into the mine entrance complex, or across the hill to where Silent Death is.
Giant Boy crawling up here. We'll see if he's able to get anyone. It's literally 3 meters from this guy. Oh my gosh. He gets spotted.
Alright, Giant, what was that?
Han Von Solo here is the next closest militiaman to the Russians on the west. We'll see if he's able to make a play. We can hear that MTLB rumbling through the woods. And that is now a legitimate problem for militia, as they've lost their techie hit squad.
What's up?
Han Von Solo choosing to back away from the hill. Let's zip back on over to the remnants of Merrick's techie squad. Looks like they're trying to retreat as fast as possible away from the engagement.
Is everyone getting in, or am I just going over there?
And yeah, just Merrick's assault on the flank just absolutely demolished. Both technicals abandoned, one destroyed, but the Dishka techie's still up. Or excuse me, this is the SPG techie.
As long as I could so I didn't get shot. Because I was right next to Giant.
See if we can find that MTLB.
Alright.
I seem to have lost track of the MTLB. Oh well, we'll see it. We'll hear it rumbling around.
To the east, we had a squad to the east.
I hear this MTLB so far out here. He's just trolling around on the far west. Let's see if he's trying to get a good shot on the north.
Break contact.
XBit coming over militia command comms to consolidate the rest of their defense forces.
Yeah, if you hit the engine, it's more than likely going to cook off. And I'll shut the engine off, which allows
people just panic and jump out.
Wait, so there's a
Xbit calling in the rest of his forces to try to consolidate around the point. His western flank has crumbled as that technical team and infantry on the west have gone down. However, he still has a full squad over here on the northeast. They're going back up to the hill. I'm not sure whose squad this is. I believe it's the remnants of Truth Realm's squad.
Hey, one of my
I don't see anyone near our dish gun placement. There's no one there.
We should probably leave someone on that.
Han Von Solo, part of this team on the north who's set up in a line. They're going to kind of overwatch the objective from here. As you can see, the mine is kind of fishbowled within this valley, allowing the militia to kind of get good eyes on from outside of the compound, as the inside of the actual mine complex has limited views because there's no windows except for the second floor. Both teams now slowing down their pacing, militia trying to get a grasp on what's going around mine, and Russia trying to find a good point of attack. Looks like these two squads over here have spotted each other. This Russian squad getting low. They might have eyes on enemy contact. I'm not sure. They must know. Or they must see something. What are they doing? Both teams kind of playing back. We'll see who gets spotted first and who doesn't decide to engage first.
Squad 1's command. Hey, Boogie. This is command.
I'm curious as to what Russia's doing. They're kind of pushing really far over here on the west.
And SP.
It looks like they think it's in train, or are they just going on a really wide flank?
I think. Come to me.
I don't know.
All right. I think what we're gonna do.
We're gonna switch over to Shadowed Ritual and see what he's listening into and commanding.
Is it 4? No. 3. What's it like over there? What's your contact like?
RS went down. There's
East need to. We're gonna rally near Ammo Hill. If any other command goes down, just tell everybody to rally near Ammo Hill, and we're gonna move from there.
Alright guys, we're going to move east, north, and then to Ammo Hill. We're going to meet up with the rest of those people north.
Copy.
So there's break contact.
I don't want to go like north all the way and then come in from like the direct north. I want to try and get to Ammo Hill and then maneuver from there. I think that's as far north as we have to go, really, to avoid contact.
Sounds good.
Is everybody good on stamina?
All right, as we zoom out here, we can kind of get an overview of what is going on. As we can see, militia, the western flank, completely destroyed. We have a couple guys, maybe 4 people over on the west trying to make their way back to the mine from that technical squad. We do have militia forces in the northeast hills holding that overwatch, which is a very key location for this objective because the objective is within a valley. However, we look at Russians' attack plan, and they have a very wide angle of attack going on here. They've completely pulled off that initial south hill that they were using to engage from, and they have now dropped an MTLB plus infantry squad off at the north. They're trying to probe the hill on the right with a fire team, and they have 2 squads worth of infantry pushing in from the west. So this compound is about to get overrun from the north, west, and east, and which is a complete 180 from that south attack that they were initially committed on.
They've still got 1 tech gun accounted for, everybody, so just keep that in mind. Plus the actual objective, which is...
XF, part of this Russian squad, pushing north. Looks like they're trying to link up with the MTLB.
On the MTLB on the northern road.
Militia has called out this MTLB on the north. This thing is quite the dinner bell. You can hear it for, you know, I'd say almost 500 meters out. The engine's off right now to kind of hide that sound. But the second you turn that key and that engine comes on, you can hear this thing from 500 meters.
To engage the MTLB? All right, cool.
Russians here in the open on the lowest part of the valley could be a very dangerous position, as militia does have troops on the elevated positions looking down into the valley. So if militia can catch these guys in the open in the valley, it could lead to some devastating casualties. This XF gets spotted by a militia team here. They start receiving small arms. We'll see if the MTLB turns its engine on and rolls in to kind of support this squad. But militia, having a good kind of spread here, are able to get eyes on this squad on the northeast. Shots going back. Militia and Russia trading small arms.
D4 sub 8.
That northern squad opens up trying to assist and alleviate this
Bird person SI.
this suppression.
Mestre, do you have a frag round? If you have a frag round, you can engage with it.
As you can see, XF's fire team finally gets some pressure relieved from their sister squad on the west. They're able to push back the militiamen. And they're going to try to maneuver out of that position. Smoke's going down to mask their direction. But yeah, this two-pronged attack from the north with two elements moving up at the same time. They're able to cover each other with a crossfire. As we can see, this initial militia fire team that opened up is now getting pretty pinned from two different angles.
It's starting to form up, guys. It's starting to look good. Good job hanging there. Top of the hill.
Yeah, copy that through.
Someone flanks XF's fire team. There's a saw up on the hill. He's in good position. He has eyes on this entire fire team in the valley near the smoke. He's receiving small arms fire. He's got a saw, though. Let's see if he starts putting down fire. No, looks like he's going to back off to the southeast.
Copy. What's the fire team to the west doing?
I don't have comms. They're the leftovers of two.
This militia fire team on the west does not have comms with the command element. They're trying to regain local comms by getting closer. But they might get cut off behind this Russian squad over here on the north. If we take a look at the kills, it does look pretty even right now. About 10 for US, or excuse me, 10 for militia, 12 for Russia. Though I do believe militia is taking a couple extra casualties because they were in those technicals. Let's see what happens. 30 millimeter now, pushing militia back off this northern position. These guys are going to have to fall back as they're heavily outnumbered and outgunned on the north. You can hear that MTLB just crawling through the woods. This militia rocketman goes down. And I feel like militia is rapidly running out of assets to deal with the MTLB. This thing could turn into quite the beast as we near the endgame.
1 and 3, go ahead and break contact and come into mine entrance.
Call goes out from militia command. Expert says to abandon all current positions and fall back within the bunker. Russia, as you can see, closing that net. They're sweeping in from all the way from the west to the north.
Ready to move north.
North. Okay.
Still a good amount of militiamen left alive here now within the compound proper.
We've got a guy over there, Panda Scope, who can tell us what's up.
They have found the last techie.
As you can see, militia getting pushed off this hill one by one due to overwhelming fire and numbers. They're going to be falling back to the compound itself. A couple lone militiamen caught out here. Let's see if he's able to actually do any damage. Looks like he was able to tag one player up, but he is now spotted.
You want me to post up? I got a nice little spot I can post up right here and catch people trying to come in. Or do you want me all the way in there?
Yeah, copy that one. If you just make sure you don't get pushed off that hill.
10-4.
Yeah, let's start working our way south now.
Squad, be advised. Command sees people north of us, in between us and like squad 2.
Copy. Let's handle that.
Say again. North.
Yeah, that's what they just said.
What was that last? Can you repeat it?
As we can see, Muff is over here looking for that one guy on the left.
One down.
He sees him and he goes down to a one tap. Typical Muff. Russia now has control over the outskirts of the objective. They're going to push in slowly here.
He's going to give you some spots to set up.
If there's men around it, destroy it.
And militia is now buttoned up within the compound. So unfortunately, militia was not able to get rid of the Russian MTLB off the start. So that thing is going to be pretty much a beast as we roll in here closer to mine.
4, I think, dealt with it. Go ahead and pull back and start trying to assault. My medic and lad are going to hook up with you still.
Place this position.
I've heard, bucket.
Okay.
Xbit comes over command comms on militia side. He's going to send a fresh squad out from the mine while recalling the injured squads.
Negative. I have your overwatch, by the way, Penny. It's 3.
Alright, can you can see the hill, like, right in front of the fucking hill that I have to push this down this road to, right? Like,
Yes,
you can...
I'm watching over everything.
Alright.
Russians taking their time as they methodically push through the woods, getting closer and closer to mine. We're hitting a small lull here as both teams kind of shift their paces from the massive amount of maneuvering in flanks to more methodical defense and assault.
Hey, my scout has eyes on enemy forces approaching the gun emplacement to the west, where the IED is.
Russians spotted on the west. They do have an IED planted over there. We'll see if that's able to detonate.
Keep spreading out in a line, guys.
Nade it. I just need to know.
Oh! Oh, I thought the MTLB hit a mine. No, it did not. It hit the technical.
That would be so.
Be aware of that machine gun east of us. I doubt anyone will run up to that, but just be aware of it.
Got about 2 squads up here on the west, pushing in now. With MTLB support on the road. MTLB spots an enemy militia squad on the far south now.
Let's watch south.
Guys,
MTLB is engaging this Russian squad's pushing in.
If whatever squad has that IED, now would be the time to detonate it.
I'm not sure that mine's still up. Let's see, who would that be? That would be Nasty Nate's squad. Oh, he is up. Silent Death is up. So we'll see if Silent Death detonates.
If he can give me a good location, I can hit those guys from here to the southeast. I'm just not.
ID goes off. It's just a little bit too early. Does not catch any Russians.
My scout says that was late, but it might have still gotten.
Scout car 082 east inside.
Squad, I want to serve a line, not just clump.
Scout car sighted inside mine entrance.
Russians now pushing in on this western hill. Trading fire. There's an MG on the second floor of the warehouse. Russians engaging now. Trying to put down suppressive fire. No one actually has eyes on. That northern hill also now engaging this fire team. Shots being traded back and forth. Paul goes out to put suppression on the windows. You can see that shift in the fire. But that saw is doing a great job of pinning this entire fire team. Shots from both ARs being traded back and forth. He goes down to the saw. And Russians now kind of pinned on this west.
Oh, bro, they're looking for our heads.
Guys, we're pulling back. We're pulling back a little bit. Pull back. Start moving.
Is that scout car active? Is that noise? I feel like that's that noise. Oh, yes, it is.
Yep. Remember to do short bursts.
They're in the scout car now. And this scout car has great eyes on the Russian squad up on the hill.
It's short.
But it takes,
it's 50 on the 14.5.
The MLTV, correct?
One. Take it out, yes. But the issue is it's a 30 mic, so if they engage you first, it doesn't matter.
Right.
This saw gunner still up here on the catwalk laying down fire.
New place for you. Follow me.
Sorry, what?
Over here,
Yes,
bud.
yeah. Gotcha.
Hi.
Copy.
I don't want to put you right here in case you get shot in the ass. Alright,
Expert has sent a small fire team out here. Who is this? This is Paradise. He's taking a small fire team to flank this position on the west. He's going pretty wide on it. We'll see if he's able to get that flank in time. Oh, dang. Who's this? Are these guys up? No, these guys are dead. That Eastern fire team got slapped around while we were watching the saw engage.
Where's command?
XF is looks like Russians are setting up a Overwatch position here on this western hill. Not that they have secured it, setting up a small support by fire area as the rest of the platoon moves in from the north. Pretty cool to see those deployable sandbags being used by the riflemen. You can see these guys are now covering that MTLB plus infantry squad as they move in. We might be getting some action here as these guys reach. Yup.
Once we're in these storage containers, we're smoking.
MTLB engages one of the trucks, destroys it. We have Russian infantry now pushing up to that truck. Looks like they're going to try to smoke off the entrance. We're going to have a couple... We're getting close here. They're smoking it up before they push in, waiting for the smoke to billow.
Put across the open ground. Everyone pop smokes.
Yeah, a lot of smoke here covering that Russian movement along the south. 30mm trying to shoot into the compound through the walls. We'll see if that has any effect. Frag grenade goes in the compound. No one's in this first room, however. BTR, or excuse me, the scout car is still watching that eastern hill, or western hill. He is able to pick up a kill. And this Russian infantry squad now pushing into breach.
Stack up on the walls, guys. Watch those sandbags on the left.
I got audible on their
Hitting that wall, very coordinated.
Watch it,
Watch
frag
out,
out,
there could be
frag's going
someone
out.
watching it.
Frag's going.
Russians have eyes on the scout car, I believe. Yeah, he hits the scout car once to see if he's able to get a second shot in. Second shot hits the scout car. Scout car is going to go down. MTLB pushing in as well. That scout car should pop after 2 direct hits. Scout car goes down. Russians complete their primary objective. Now it's down to see how many casualties they'll come out of this engagement with. So primary objective for the Russians has been completed. Militia getting pretty pinned within. Russia's still stacked up on these walls, trying to find a breach point. Frag grenade going in. He might be able to get this guy. Oh no, that's a smoke. Never mind. See, Russia is just wrapping itself all the way inside the compound. They're taking room by room. And it's coming down here. They've even rolled the MTLB inside. The MTLB's inside. MTLB goes down. Russian MTLB down, but they have breached the building.
Second floor. They're up here on the
Russians
second
are now in and around the building. Going room by room, grenades, frags, smoke, small arms. It's all happening right here.
There's 2 of them. Grenade!
IED goes off, gets about 5 Russians. That was a big IED. That was a huge IED.
Watch your spacing. We don't want to get lit up with the same grenade. Fuck. Bravo squad or Bravo fire team.
All vehicles from both sides are now down. Militia's trying to hold on with all they've got. They've got maybe 4 players in the compound, 3 trying to breach the side, but there's about maybe 11 Russians here trying to breach this compound. SKS comes outside, gets someone along the outside. Oh. Shadow just went down on that side to that SKS. RPG comes around the corner. Shadow's oh, this SKS is gonna do work. This SKS is doing work. Russia now whittled down to just 5 men. Maybe 6. Maybe 4? 4 Russians are now up. 2 of them on the roof here. Bodies everywhere. This Russian's got a frag grenade. He's gonna try to underhand toss through the windows. Someone coming up the ladder behind him. Oh, this guy's gonna get both of them.
I'm not sure. I killed one on the roof, but I don't know where this.
From 120, that doorway.
Guys, I need you to be quiet.
Yeah.
He finally throws the grenade. Wow, he held that grenade for the longest time I've ever seen anyone hold a grenade.
You got the guy on the roof? Yep. They're dead.
Oh, and 1 Russian left here. People are forgetting about the vertical angles. And SKSs did so much damage that round. I want to look at the scout kills right now. But I do believe that is GG. That is GG. Let's take a look at the scout kills. We have 5 kills on this SKS. 2 kills on this SKS. 7 kills on this SKS. Jeez, those SKSs, man. You'd think that they get the least amount of kills, but they did some serious damage right there. And that will be round 1 of SquadOps.gg's Operation Fallen Tree. Thank you so much for joining us for round 1. We'll be right back with round 2. Once again, we do play 2 rounds, and we'll be witnessing the same operation, but from the... No, the same operation. Yeah. At this point in time, I'd like to thank Penn for mixing. Once again, we're going to be streaming that second round coming up here soon. And if you have not yet already entered our squad giveaway on our twitch.tv channel /squadops, we are giving away 1 copy of Squad every single month. So the once again, the kind of overview, Russia was able to destroy their primary objective, but they suffered massive casualties, losing all their infantry and all their assets in the process.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out to SOTT Basic. I'm your instructor today, Hammering Hutch. You guys can simply just call me Hutch. When we are suppressing an enemy target, the whole intent of this is to keep the enemy's head down so an adjacent unit can maneuver onto them. During this process, we have a thing that happens automatically and organically, whether it be with buddy teams or fire teams. The whole intent is to ensure there's no lull in the gunfire, thus talking guns. Open fire. Contact front. Alpha, bound. I'm up. He sees me. I'm down. Bravo, bound. I'm up. He sees me. I'm down. All right, Bravo set. Alpha up. He sees me. I'm down. You're now in what is known as a file. You're now in what is known as a staggered column, and usually used when on patrol or when moving from one location to another where contact is imminent. And these are a few of the basic formations that we use during squad ops. The SOTT Advanced Weapons Systems course was created to ensure Squad Ops participants share the same knowledge and understanding of the use and applications of mission-specific weapons and the basic tactics involved in their deployment. The Automatic Rifleman. The Automatic Rifleman is the foundation of a fire team and/or squad. The job of the Automatic Rifleman is to deliver a high volume of prolonged, effective suppressing fire on enemy positions to allow the maneuver of friendly units during offensive operations and the repelling of enemy attacks in defensive operations. The Grenadier. A key member of the fire team and squad, the Grenadier is first and foremost a rifleman, who is capable of delivering accurate fire of both high explosive and smoke rounds on point and area targets at varying distances. One of the other added benefits of the Grenadier is to engage dead space, which is essentially an area that cannot be hit by direct fires. The light anti-tank gunner. Soldiers carrying light anti-tank weapons are, just as Grenadiers, riflemen first. They are the ideal infantry-based counter to both lightly armored and thin-skinned vehicles. At short, medium, and far distances, the rockets fired are a viable weapon against groups of infantry as well. The SOTT Advanced Weapon Systems course, although not a requirement, is highly encouraged for squad ops participants to join to expand their knowledge of how to utilize the tools that are given to us within squad.
All right, welcome back to round 2 of Operation Fallen Tree. We're going to get started here in a second. Militia was able to eliminate all Russians first round, but only after Russia was able to complete their main objective. Once again, Operation Fallen Tree is a Russia versus militia operation where Russia has to search and destroy the militia FOB and mainly destroy the scout car that is parked within the compound.
Basically Overwatch on this sniper marker.
Man, I'm kind of sad I don't have the Solace since
But we're rolling to round 2 here.
Okay.
It does look like militia is opting for the train.
Copper, boys. Congratulations.
Station? Yeah. Yeah. The train station.
Like, I mean,
militia is opting for the train station. Once again, militia gets one of 6 locations to choose from. And it does look like they're going to be backing up the scout car into the main compound. Or parking it outside. I guess they're just going to park it there for now.
Alright, let me check the kits real quick.
But yeah, for those of you tuning in for the first time, this is the official squadops.gg broadcast coming to you almost every Wednesday and Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific.
Alright, that's right. I don't know why I was tripping.
Once again, for our official broadcast, we do have the multicam where we are showing off different perspectives, and we're able to do that thanks to our great mixer behind the scenes, Penn. So big thank you to Penn for mixing the streams, the official streams.
Actually, I kind of want to try that.
Stop it.
As we cycle through here on the first-person cameras, you can get a little taste of what that multicam is like. We're able to get an overview with the spectator cameras, as well as first-person recordings of what is actually going on in real time. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff.
You know, we'll do 1, 2, 3.
But yeah, it does look like militia is opting for the train station.
Thank you.
Once again, the main objective is for Russia to destroy the scout car and for militia to protect the scout car. We're going to show you the operation overlay now, which is a little outdated, but we'll send it to you right now. We've updated. We keep our operations up to date every patch, making sure that we fix them with the new assets, make sure things are balanced and fun. But as we go through this current operation overlay, you can see that the BTR on the Russian side has been replaced with the 30mm MTLB, and the scout car for militia has been brought down from 2 to 1. So those are the major changes we made to the operation document. As you can also see, the 6 potential locations for the cache, they've chosen the southwesternmost position, the train station. Previously, round 1, militia had chosen the mine. But we'll see how militia decides to defend the train station. It's kind of similar in that there's one big building to defend, but the area around train station is more open, as you can see here as we do a big zoom out The train station has a bigger compound, more buildings to defend from, whereas the mine has a singular compound. However, it does have good overwatching hills.
All right. Well, we got the plan. Go ahead and we'll do a platoon brief here in a few minutes. Go ahead and get your guys so they stop dicking around. We'll get them lined up and ready to go.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta finish my kits.
All right, Xbit on the Russian team is now live. He's going to be commanding for the Russians. We'll roll through the squad leaders and commands here real fast. For the Russians, we have Merrick squad leading, Nasty Nate squad leading, Pure Paradise squad leading, Truth Realm, and as command for the Russian team, we have Xbit, and he's going to be managing the squads, making sure he gets his objective completed. On the flip side, looking at Militia, the squad leaders for Militia are Silas, Best Pony, Hitchens, Burns, and the command for the command for Militia is Shadowed Ritual. So we'll be seeing how Shadow handles the defense. Previously, we witnessed Xbit's defense. Now we're gonna see how Shadow Ritual handles his defense. Russians now starting their platoon brief. Before squad ops begins, before our operations go live, both teams take time to formulate a plan, get that plan sent across their squads, and do a platoon briefing, which is what we're going to watch right now.
Whoa, putting your binoculars on his eyes?
What kind of moisturizer you use? Your skin's so smooth.
Nivea.
Nice.
Am I the only one that plays at highest DPI?
I just rubbed myself.
No, I played that.
What's your DPI?
Max.
I don't know,
What are you
but
talking
the light
about?
on my mouse is blue, so it means it must be pretty high.
No one's got.
No,
DPI.
that's the
got
hottest.
orange.
That's the
Garbage
hottest
computer.
DPI.
Holy shit!
It's
Dude,
so
if I played
hot.
on this high DPI, I would.
My DPI brings all the boys to the yard.
I just jumped
Oh,
over.
now my mouse is green.
Damn right, it's better.
Copper
Are we gonna
DPI.
get started?
I'm
We still
waiting for
have a
4.
How
Oh,
stupid
okay.
does this look? Is this what we done?
I think Truth is passing out candy bars or something.
It's a real power play.
So then native children.
What is it? Fucking Halloween?
Look at that. They're all standing on top
Oh,
of the
it
hill,
is.
staring down at us.
Oh fuck, I'm dizzy. Hey, Dip.
Wait, cool.
Dip
We still
what?
got everybody. We just lost
Or
one person,
net.
right?
Yeah.
Am I spinning insanely fast?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you're just you're actually just like clipping from angle to angle.
Oh really?
It's not fluently. No, it's clipping.
Yeah, it's very.
They're coming.
All right, make sure you check all your guys for optics.
If I spin really fast, then you guys make it sound so weird.
Yeah.
We're inside your head.
A little bit, yeah.
All right, guys. All right, let's do a platoon brief here. Militia's still out there someplace
I'm
getting
busy.
set up. Welcome back to Operation Fallen Tree, or whatever. This time we're the Russians. So we're gonna do this in 3 phases. Phase 1, of course, is we need to find and locate or make contact with the enemy. Second phase is to maneuver the platoon in position to assault, and the third phase is to assault wherever the location or the BRDM is found at. So to accomplish this, we're going to have the platoon leave on foot out of Maine here. We're going to head west along the road with squad 1 in the lead, squad 2 following, squad 3 behind them, and squad 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do a platoon column. We're going to cross the river to the north, somewhere around Echo 5-3. And then once we get into the hills, we're going to break out into a platoon line, 1, 2, 3 across. So 1 on the left, 2 in the middle, 3 on the right, and 4 will be in reserve. Once we hit that line, we should be able to either make contact or have eyes on to their first position, which is here marked. That's the general area where their first hiding spot is. If we don't get contact, we'll go ahead and cross the platoon over online, get into the hills north of the road, and then we will pivot to the west. 1 will stay in the bottom down here, 2 in the middle, 3 up top. From here, we should be able to gain eyes on hilltop encampment, be able to see sandbags, or actually, they might actually push some troops out. We may get contact crossing the valley. If that's the case, then we obviously know they're in hilltop. If we don't get contact, we continue moving west with 2 moving towards Ammo Hill. Squad 1 should be able to get eyes on mine entrance on the south, and 3 should be able to cross over to hilltop and be able to get glass once they cross over, they may be able to get some eyes on Fortress. We'll just keep moving west. Obviously, if they're not in mine entrance or hilltop encampment, that means they're in the last 3 locations, which are train station, the first OP, and Fortress. So once we get into the Ammo Hill range of mountains there, we'll go ahead and keep the platoon formation going. We may load up one of the squads or 2 of the squads in the vehicles. We get the MTLB 30 mil or a trans truck, and we will maneuver you guys appropriate depending on where we see the contact at. So since we're assaulting and the militia has a large amount of firepower, it's important that you guys stay spread out, that you stay in cover, concealment, you don't skyline, you don't push yourself over the hill if you don't need to. Listen to your fire team leads and your squad leaders. We'll go ahead and sort you guys out, but once again, don't get caught in the open, because once they focus all that firepower, they can obliterate a squad within seconds. So just be careful out there. So that's the general plan. We're going to head north and then platoon line ourselves to the west, and then based on wherever the location is, you guys will have orders come down to you and maneuver around. So if we do find ourselves fighting in buildings such as hilltop encampment and fortress and train station, work in buddy teams. Have one guy clear it with a grenade and then rush it with guns a-blazing. Spray the corner, spray everything. If a grenade goes off, it might spook them a little bit. They may run off. They may counter grenade, but whatever. Use aggression when clearing buildings. If you get into the basements in hilltop encampment or fortress, same thing. Save your grenades. Save them for those hallways down there. Grenade it, then rush it. All right. Any questions about the general plan?
I got a question outside.
Yep.
Is that the last round of operation?
Yep, this will be the last round, so let's make it count.
Marco, got
All right, we're starting briefing over here.
It was super close, but we got the objective completed. We just didn't survive the entire time. But whatever. Now it's our turn to hold that prize BRDM, which we have now wedged inside of a storage container. So the plan is as follows. Squad 1 will be watching our north side of train station, making sure they don't get anybody on the hills north of them. Squad 2 is going to take up a position on the southwest side with an MG nest. Squad 3 is going to be on the point proper, basically popping up this building. And Squad 4, who has the hat, will be proceeding east as fast as possible to try and take out any MTB that tries to, maybe if they cross where we're crossing, or if they come from a direct east. No point is going to be a hardened up position except Squad 3, who's going to be just preparing this place for fallback. If you lose all command comms, you are to head back to these buildings, and you're going to harden up in here and wait for them to come out. So we've got defender's advantage, so we're going to use it. Mines are basically wherever you want, or wherever the squad lead tells you to place. They're probably just going to be on this MSR somewhere, just scattered around. And same with ADs. Just listen to where your squad lead is, or if you have a suggestion, just shoot it to your squad lead. And if you get the go ahead, go for it. Are there any questions? Cool. No questions. Squad leads break them out for final details. We will call for live.
All right. Looks like militia has set their plan. They are, once again, the objective for militia is to protect this scout car, which they have so neatly placed within a storage container.
And we'll get situated in Charlie 6, keypad 7, looking eastbound. Any questions?
Did you see the outside of the crate over here? The tire sticks out. Oh, no, it's on the other side now.
Ideas on mine placement?
Muff, if you need a respawn, that's fine.
So I'm not gonna.
You'll take one, so you have you can have 2 discos. You have a discoteki and the disco, in case you need a bug out. Everything else is gonna go. Take the SPG.
Yeah, I'll take it's more powerful.
2 gets a.
All right. So both teams have finished their briefings. We're gonna set for live here and
Copy. Yeah, no, 2
get ready here.
We'll get a discoteki. 2 will get a discotech or an SPG techie. Everybody else will put in techies inside this building with 3, and we're just gonna hold down.
Could you stick the fob in this corner, so that way I can push that disc up there as far out as I can?
Go.
Thanks. Look at middle.
Both teams are ready. Live will be set momentarily.
Yes, just park it in the
Hold on, we still got some guys who are stuck.
Okay, Rose, wait, what gun do you have, Rose?
It's probably what 90-second respawn, so factor that in and we can go. My guys have.
Looking right here, we have one of the assets for militia. It is the Dishkateki. This is a fire support vehicle and transport vehicle. It holds a capacity of 5 players. It's got great speed. It's good for hit and run tactics as it is relatively weak. However, if you are able to catch enemies on the flank, this vehicle can cause a lot of damage before enemies react.
John Daly is 70 seconds from now.
Moving on, the second technical that militia gets is the SPG. Where is it? Where'd they put it? Where'd they put? Oh, it's back here. Here we go. The second asset that militia gets is the SPG technical, as you can see here. It is loaded with an SPG recoilless rifle, which is used as an anti-tank weapon. Just like the original Dishkateki, it is very fast but very weak, catching vehicles and infantry on the flanks and then moving on from its current location.
Put them in that and tell them not to get out. Alright, yeah, live 140.
My comms are still
Karmakut,
spotty.
broadcast. Or Russian.
I'll get it.
Does one get a Dishkateki?
Negative, unless you want one. Do you want one?
I got my guys loaded up in one.
All right, and all squads are ready. We're going to be live in about 35 seconds here. 35
We're
seconds.
probably not going to get there in that time because we're on foot and they're
30
probably
seconds
in the,
now.
Vehicles. We got live time in 30 seconds.
Exciting times. Exciting times.
Yeah, 7 or 8. I'm checking eyes to the east. Same as before. Prepare.
Your tip is a little deformed, sir.
I mean, we're live 15 anyways.
It's angles so that I can fire from here and hit their
Live in 10 seconds.
MTLB.
Oh, it's an RE. I see.
Hand mortar.
Live in 5 seconds.
Baller.
I think we're gonna just dump it alive.
Copy.
And squads are now live. Both teams pushing out. Once again, militia opting for the train station of all locations to put their
the fob marks.
fob down. We'll see where the Russians are pushing.
Gone.
Thank you.
X-Bit on the Russian team now, sending his troops out. We'll see. He's opting for that direct north bridge, it looks like. No transport. Just an empty transport. He's putting his platoon in a column as they push out as a complete team. I've got a nice overview here of the entire Russian team. Someone got fish hooked right there.
Man, I'm good to play stuff, right? My discretion.
Get a little tail swipe by the MTLB. Merrick out in the front here, leading the charge, a brave squad leader in front of his infantrymen. Now pushing westbound.
Stay to the left side of the hill, okay? Don't crest.
Just a cool shot of all these Russians crossing the bridge. And yeah, let's see what the militia has set up on defense.
They can't all fit in the vehicle.
Let's take a look-see. Let's just mosey on over here.
Negative, I'm pulling back.
Muff, live now. He is the farthest east on the east side for militia. They might actually be able to see the Russians coming down the river bend here.
Spread out a little bit, guys.
We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine.
You guys will hear the NW long before you see it.
And we're not hearing it, which means it probably went north.
But yeah, they might be able to see. They might have even seen them cross the river on the bridge, actually, if there's a squad leader up here. It doesn't look like there is, however, so that's still unfortunate. There's a lot of intel that could have been had right there. The objective, once again, for this operation is for Russians to push past the militia defenses and destroy the scout car in train station. The scout car, of course, being so very neatly placed within this blue container.
Self-defense only right now.
And the militia has to defend the location.
If you can get a good ambush on it, set up a double lat shot. But otherwise, just hold fire.
But yeah, it looks like Russians now pushing down the north side of the river westbound. Got pretty much the entire squad here. Merrick once again still leading the charge. As a squad leader, you have to make that decision. Are you going to lead the charge, get that information, and relay it to command? Or are you going to send one of your standard riflemen on point?
Go ahead. Once you cleared out village, go ahead and move to the northwest and check the lumber camp area in Echo 4-8.
Stay short, stay short.
Merrick scanning. Looks like he's trying to get an ID to see if it's on mine. But he's going to quickly realize that there are no militia forces on mine.
One, did you get your MG down and all that? You good?
Go ahead and cross the road to the north.
Looks like mine is empty.
Sorry, what was that, man?
You get your MG down and everything done?
Yeah, MG's down, handbags around it. My techie's safe and sound.
Merrick now getting a little bolder now that he hasn't seen any militia forces. He's going to push closer to mine. Still trying to get a positive ID on if the cache is inside. See where the rest of Russia.
B is northeast of mine entrance. He thinks he hears it.
All of Russia here set up. Nice big spread. Looks like Russia's just going to take it slow and sweep through the valley. There is a squad here watching the flank, making sure that no technicals come barreling down this,
road just north of
this north road. Let's take a look at what militia's cooking up as we zip on over. What the hell was that?
Hey, Shadow, I'm having comms issues. I got a fire team leader I trust to squad lead. Do you mind if I toss him comms?
Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Alright, yeah, I just can't hear you guys very well, and I'm having trouble communicating with my squad, so I'm gonna toss it to him.
Okie-doke.
Pretty quiet.
Down here, you know, they're gonna be like, fuck, where are they? You know,
Muff over here on this eastern hill, still scanning the valley with his RPG kit.
Yeah, if they went counterclockwise, it's gonna be a rough time for them.
All quiet.
Clockwise.
Merrick now pushing out on the west.
The rest of my fire team needs to regroup at this point, so I'm going to be holding for them.
Copy that too.
Alright, logging cams clear.
So for those of you who are just joining, this is a squad ops one life operation. One life meaning when you are down, you are out for the count. You then jump into the spectator cam, which is what you're witnessing right now on my screen. To join Squad Ops or to watch more Squad Ops, check out youtube.com/Squad Ops or twitch.tv/Squad Ops, the official Squad Ops channels where you can get trailers, VODs from previous streams, and all kinds of Squad Ops content. Squad Ops is an open community. We allow anyone to watch and play. So if you want to learn more about Squad Ops, head over to squadops.gg. Squad Ops also does a monthly giveaway for Squad. The link is in the Discord as well as in the chat on twitch.tv. So if you're looking to get a copy of Squad, check out Squad Ops at twitch.tv/Squad Ops to earn a squad key. Both teams here kind of taking it slow. If anyone has any questions regarding Squad Ops, I'm also here. This is Karmakut, for those of you that don't know. This is Karmakut. I am the founder and director. I almost said dictator. I'm the Squad Ops founder and director. And I help to keep everything fresh, new, making sure new ideas are pushed every day, and enabling us to go forward into the future in the right direction. A reminder that the overlays that we have done are done by our wonderful content creation team with Penn, Nash, Matter, and a few others. But we also have some nice overlays at the top right. As you can see right now, it says Karmakut. That is the name of the camera you're watching. So as we flip around, like I said, we do have multi-cameras. You will see that name change, and that is the camera of the person you are watching.
Yeah, like right about there. I just want to see how exposed. Oh, I'm like.
How old are you? I'm 22.
Chest up.
I'm a ripe young 22. Are you a dev of Squad? No, I'm just a sole player and community leader.
I am commanding from the MTOB
Mike
or the BRDM. I can see like come back.
All quiet on the fronts right now. Militia just digging in. They've got a nice spread. Let's take a good overview of here what's going on. As we zoom all the way out, we take a look at Militia. We can see that they've got forces on the west of the objective, forces on the east, and a squad in the hill to the north. They've also got one squad on the point direct, as they will be in charge of the main primary defense. Looking at the Russians, we'll zip on over here and get an overview of their strategy. Looks like they're sweeping all the way from southeast to northwest, which might mean that train station is the last place to get checked. But as you can see, they're slowly making their way across the valleys. It's really cool how when you zoom all the way out, you can kind of see all those lights.
Commander or squad leader?
No,
yeah, that's a negative.
Communicating. No,
Okay, I am taking over as ES over command.
All right, nobody's seeing anything on the hilltop. We're gonna guess they're either fortress or the.
Yes, I am commentating the op. Xbit is now live. He is the commander of the Russians, and he is pushing his troops southeast to northwest, sweeping through Fool's Road, trying to find where the militia place their cache. Shadow Ritual live here inside the train station. Once again, there are 6 locations where militia can choose to defend, hence why the Russians are searching the entire map, as they do not know what exact location the cache is at. As we can see, militia actually opting for some barbed wire on the defense. Some barbed wire in some of these ideal locations could be pretty good.
That is scary.
You also have a technical hidden back here with a Dishka facing the door.
Stupid close in the RPG. It's gonna be minimum distance. Stupid close in the RPG. It's gonna be minimum distance.
Look at that amount of detail. Look at that. I didn't realize that there are like ammo cans in the actual truck. Look at that detail. Shell casings. Oh wow, you can even read the text on the side. The ammo cans. All right, we're gonna move back out. We're gonna zoom back out, see how far Russia has gotten along here now. They are taking their sweet dedicated time as they ensure that they are not missing a spot. Not a single spot will be missed as they sweep through this valley in almost a wedge formation. Let's zoom out here.
Pull hat off to the north now?
You can see there's one squad leading the charge in the front, and then flanking squad on either side to the rear of the left and right. The MTLB and the transport are all the way back here, actually. I do believe they're
We need to think about this.
over here. Just for the MT? Yeah. This is the MTLB squad holding it in the back. My thinking is that the MTLB and transport will rush into the fight at a location to flank once the infantry squads reach contact. That is what I am predicting. But Russia holding this line pretty well, as we can see here as we zoom out. There's a very nice line here by Russia, making sure that they sweep through the valley. There's only three remaining locations that Russia has not checked yet. And that would be the fortress in the northeast, the hill on the west, and the train station.
Over there to the east, and then we've got the SPG to the west. I think that'll work.
Yeah, the SPG. I have an SPG lat tag team that will absolutely fuck them up if they come west. Plus, there's that mine on the road, which they might hit. That'll also give us early warning of coming west. Is the mine.
As we push around here, just looking. John, thank you so much.
I think this is the first.
I appreciate your donation, John. Thank you so much.
Actually, were Hats and Scouts introduced at the same time? I don't remember. Last time
Hats were
we had the
introduced
hat.
in 9.
Okay, then yeah, this may be the first time we've done this off of mines.
Yep. Because I think the last time we ran it was like right after 9 dropped.
Hey, Karma, love your streams. I applied for ops and cannot wait to play with you any other ops. From an active duty Marine. Hoorah. Thank you, Italian kid. Really do appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. All right, looks like first contact is coming up here. This left squad on the Russian line is pushing pretty dangerously close. Let's see what squad leader is over here. Looks like Silas is over here on this hill. However, Silas has passed squad leader comms over to Kenneth as he is having some technical difficulties. He will be going up against Merrick's squad. Merrick's squad leading the charge on the west here. And as these guys get within 300 meters of each other, someone's going to get spotted. Most likely the Russians, as the militia are in place and are scanning this hill already. So we'll see. I'm expecting first contact within the next 5 minutes here. Let's zip on over here and see if they actually have any local comms regarding any contact. Merrick has spotted enemy infantry on this hill. He has seen the militia. He's going to probably be relaying that over his command comms to Xbit, and the whole Russian line information will shift to reflect this information, hopefully pointing towards the southwest, towards the train station.
I fired one shot. I think I got him.
Contact goes out. One tap takes out Dark Wolf at distance. Who got that shot? Who was that? Merrick. Merrick making a dirty one tap across the valley. Takes out the first casualty on militia, Dark Wolf. More rounds opening up air from Russia. Militia taking fire. They're going to get pushed off of this hill.
Infantry.
Just engage targets of opportunity.
West or left.
Copy.
As we take a look at the mini map here, Squad 1 engaging, Squad 1 from either team engaging each other across the valley. Squad 2 from the Russia, the red team, is pushing on the northwest flank. And Squad 3 and the MTLB squad are pushing fast. I'm assuming that XBit is going to mount Squad 3 into the MTLB and transport and push them over into this location. XBit, obviously, Squad 5 behind the line making the calls. Squad 1 trading shots with each other across the valley. Militia is pinned. They have not sent any rounds back. But yeah, I'm assuming as it looks like Squad 3 is going to mount up into the MTLB, and XBit will rush both vehicles mounted full with 18 players down towards the engagement. However, Militia does have a mine set up right here on this road. We'll see if this gets spotted. Let's see how well it's been hidden. Where is it? I can't even see it. Is it up here? Up here? Oh, is that it? Where is it? Is this it?
There's Okay, you've got a scout on the far south, right? They're not gonna slip by or south.
Hey, firm, we got eyes along the east side as well.
Oh, is this
We
it?
got 'em
This is it.
directly
This is the
north,
mine.
Over
Look at how small this thing is. This tiny little mine could end up ruining Russia's day. We'll see. That those squads are now mounted into those vehicles. They're going to be coming over here in a second.
One is falling back.
Squad 1 from the militia now engaging Squad 1 on the Russian team.
Yeah, get out of there.
Oh, actually, no, they're not. They're actually pulling off that hill. They're going to concede that hill to the Russians. We'll see if Merrick reads that play and decides to add on more pressure and take that hill from the militia. Technical setup here by the militia. Looks like a kind of reverse slope defense here as they're going to wait to see the Russians come over the crest and knock them down with a Dishka. Pretty interesting play here by militia.
To stay on the ridge or fall back to the FOB?
No, get off the ridge if you're taking too much contact.
Shadow calls out over command comms for Squad 1 on militia to pull back off of this hill. They're going to completely concede this hill to the Russians. As we look at the map, Squad 1 and Squad 2 from the Russians, in addition with Squad 5, which is the command, are pushing in on this hill. Looks like Merrick did read that pressure getting pulled off of that hill, and he's calling for Squad 2 to push in and take that hill from the Russians. Or from the militia, excuse me.
Want to push together all together as a platoon, so just hold.
We can see as soon as Merrick called out that contact on that hill, XBit took that information and immediately put into a plan where he could wrap the entire platoon around to get eyes on the train station. As he's altered squads 1 and squad 2 to form that infantry skirmish line facing southwest, and he's mounted up the rear squads into the vehicles.
Check sandbags on the west, southwest.
Han Von Solo live from squad 2 now on that platoon line. Looking at that hill, they're not going to see too many militia as they have backed off.
Be advisable to point a LAT or a GL in that direction, because it will get used.
Actually, the sandbags are like what?
Down yet?
Russia not taking the time to check this road for mines. That infantry squad on the hill just completely bypassing the mine. The mine's still on the road right.
Okay, copy. Never mind. Go ahead and pull up that hill entirely.
Sneaky little thing, I swear.
You just stay up there to die.
Where are you? Right here.
Copy.
The mine is still in place, and as we zoom all the way up to the north, we will see a fully loaded BTR and trans coming down this north road. And we'll see if the militia are able to knock out either the MTLB or a transport filled with Russian soldiers.
Watch for mines. Please, watch for mines.
So we'll see how lucky militia gets with this mine. I'm going to be on this mine like a hawk.
I was about to hit the mine. But yeah, it's possible. They're probably doing that wide flank.
Moff on this hill looking northwest, trying to get eyes on that Russian advance towards them. As we can see, geez, this is a great skirmish line by Russians. If we zoom out here and take a look at the kind of lines that we have, militia breaking off that hill almost entirely. Russia set up in a half circle on the left-hand side. However, militia does have high ground across the street where they can overwatch and see if they cross into the lower parts of the valley in between them. This is going to be a very tricky way for militia to get some nice kills on Russians as they advance. The one downside, of course, is if that MTLB rolls up without hitting the mine and is able to push militia off that hill. We'll see what happens, and if these vehicles, as they slowly make their way down, if they're able to push militia off that south hill. But right now, it looks like XBit's calling for hold in the infantry platoon. He's going to hold his troops here, wait for additional support from the MTLB and trans.
Copy. Infantry northeast.
If we look over here at the MTLB, we can actually notice that the speed at which they're going is rather slow. They aren't gunning it down. So I'm curious to think if they're actually looking at the road or if they're looking for enemy contact like technicals or an RPG ambush. Because if their eyes are not on the ground, they're going to have a very nasty surprise for them about 300 meters down this stretch. But not much action, I don't think, is going to come out for a little while as XBit is telling his infantry platoon to hold until further assistance. It does look like militia trying to fire back and harass a little bit, but the overwhelming line here in fire support and numbers from Russia is going to keep militia from doing any major damage.
Don't come any closer.
Oh, we're taking shots.
So Han Von Solo and Squad 2 here, the right-hand flank of the infantry squads is taking some harassing fire from 2 infantrymen on the other side of the hill. But it doesn't appear like there's looking for a major engagement. It looks like they're just trying to trade shots, buy time, and slow down the Russians.
The building and like logs and shit over there.
As we zoom out here, we can see red left side is Russian and blue on the right side pulling back is militia. You can see militia now completing that order of to pull off that. My English is terrible. Militia is actually deciding to pull completely off of that hill, which was the order that was given about 5 minutes ago. So it looks like Russia's finally completely pulling off that hill. We're gonna try to. Oh,
We're hearing shots to the northeast of 1.
Russia.
Oregon, direct northwest.
Surprising me, coming off the road and dismounting on this side hill. Once again, that's about 2 squads worth of infantry now on the west flank that have been deployed. We have Squad 2 leader over here watching this flank, Best Pony. If he's vigilant and he has his binocs out, he might be able to spot the entire Russian squad. Or the entire 2 Russian squads.
Yeah, I feel that. Do we have any idea where this MTLB is at?
These 2 Russians over here trying to harass as much as possible.
We're really
Neil Brace, thank you so much for the $50 donation. I do appreciate that, man.
I don't want to try and probe it with too much.
Thank you very much for your $50 donation.
Two swinging around.
Yeah, I saw that guy. There's a fire team over there. They're pulling off, I think. I hear him.
Looking forward to our next game, broski. Thank you so much. Squad 2 on the hill engaging the lone harassers on the opposite side of the hill.
Shit, I'm gonna die. They're here with me. Crawling back.
They're with you. Copy. Alright, so we got guys on our west.
Infantry and the MTLB are here. I'm not seeing they're being shot.
Go ahead and get position over on the west side, Alpha 5.
Copy.
Best Pony over here on the west, extremely close to Russian infantry. He's called over command comms. They just passed right by Best Pony over here on the west. If we take a look here and zoom out, they just barely combed through, not even expecting someone to be there. And Best Pony is now behind 2 entire Russian squads. We'll see if he decides to wait longer or if he decides to engage and take a couple with him. We're going to listen to command comms, but move on from this area.
Last 4 is pushing east.
No, 4, you're watching our east, but I want you closer to train
Expit, extremely disciplined, extremely diligent. He's ensuring that squads 1 and squads 2 do not move until the rest of his platoon gets online. And this is great restraint shown by Expit, not rushing in without the support of his other 2 infantry squads. He's ensuring that he has all squads online before he pushes in closer to the engagement zone.
Two is still in shock right now. Pony's saying that they're moving on from him. So based on...
I can't believe they missed Pony.
2, do you have updated grids?
This is what happens when you slack a little bit. It's 30 minutes into the round. You don't think you're going to have contact. But lo and behold, you could be walking by someone in a bush. And this could end up biting Russia badly.
2, are you alive?
The MTLB's up here in the hill.
Okay, so it's trying to travel along the edge of the map, is what you're saying? Not on the road?
I think so. It might go out on the road. Hold on, I'm going to try and visual. Or actually, I can't. I don't think I can move safely.
As we zoom out here, we can see Expit's plan coming to fruition. He's gotten the entire Russia team now on a platoon line from left to right. This line across the south end of, or the bottom side of my screen is all Russia, and we can see militia sensing that pressure, taking that contact on that hill. They have all fallen back to the south side. We're kind of flipped here. So the south is at the top of my screen. The north is on the south of my screen. Militia has now pulled back the majority of their infantry forces to the south side of the road where train station actually is.
Solid copy too.
Expit showing great control and great restraint throughout this operation, ensuring that his forces do not push unneededly and waiting for the rest of his team to support. It's Crispy here, live on the Russian team. As you can see, everyone just settling into their positions, making sure they get their entire line set. They're just waiting. They're being patient. They're waiting for that command comms for that platoon line to move as one, as a team, southbound towards the train station. And Militia's just sitting there waiting, trying to get good positions, trying to make sure that they have eyes on those hills to catch Russia as they crest.
Eyes on contacts south of Team 4, all in that wooded, all in the chopped up wood area.
Did you say
And
Alpha
we can
5,
see now, we almost have 2 lines from either team as we zoom all the way out here. South on my screen, north on my screen, Militia on the blue, Russia on the red. There are almost 2 lines set up here, and we're about to have an epic clash across the entire 500-meter stretch from the left and right-hand side of my screen of an engagement across the entire teams.
Or the platoon is just north of them. I'm sorry.
Copy that.
So Alpha 4 area south of 2.
Copy. 4, make sure your scout is watching
The
north.
Russian squad on the far west, the top left side of my screen, has called out that they have seen the militia at the bottom left side of my screen in the woodlands, or in the lumber mill, excuse me.
Copy.
So as you can see, Expert now slowly pushing up his forces in the center side of my screen. He's now taking that hill that militia set up. But note that he's only sending 1 squad at a time, ensuring that that squad that's in movement has covering fire from the other 3 squads. Brilliant play and safe play by Expert, moving 1 squad up under the cover of the other 3.
Okay, as soon as 2 is
And
set
that's
in
how
the
you have to
hills,
play it. You're slowly bounding your squads up. If he was to
got
push
eyes
his
on, we can
entire
go ahead and
platoon
put fire on
southbound
all
as
these
one
positions
online,
you guys see.
he could run into massive issues, whereas squads would be caught in the open with no Overwatch element. But he's playing it slow, taking hill by hill, making sure every squad has Overwatch.
Hey, copy that.
Squads. I got eyes on train station. I have enemy contacts inside of train station.
Alright, copy that too. Don't expose yourself. Let's get the MTLB up. Yeah, go ahead and start moving a little to the south to watch 2's east. We're going to move the MTLB up.
Nasty
We're gonna
Nate, a
have it
squad leader
suppress
for
those
Russia, has
positions,
called
and
out that
then
he is a
we'll have
positive
force
ID
into the
on
woods to
enemy
the west.
infantry within train. So Expert must know for sure right now that the enemy has chosen train station, which he's already done, and you can see reflected in his platoon formation.
They're all smart people. I'm gonna go shoot a squad in the back now. I'm not staying here anymore. This is terrifying.
Command, what's the rules of engagement?
Best Pony from Squad 2 and Militia is coming in behind that platoon on the far left. As you can see, that one lone dot at the far back is coming up behind that entire Russian line. We'll see if Pony's able to commit or to cause a lot of Russian casualties before they find out that he's actually behind them.
Contact with the infantry, go ahead and open fire.
So 3 has contact north. Skylining over the hill. Bravo
All
5.
squads from every team now are calling out contacts of opposite on the other side of the road. We can see Squad 2 now, tracer fire going down on train station, and train station returning fire.
Oh jeez.
It's coming straight out.
I'm not going in.
Copy that 3.
You can see the squad on the left in Lumber Mill also returning fire. We'll see if that Russian squad on the far left decides to engage as well. But this center squad is getting lit up and is getting overwhelming fire from 2 elements.
Right by him.
Driving right by you, so it did make it uphill.
Yep, it's here.
All militia squads right now are focused on hitting Squad 2, that center squad on that hill. You can see tracer fire coming in from the left, center, and right onto that one hill. Now, Expit might be using Squad 2 to get a positive ID on the remaining militia squads. For example, right here, we just saw tracers come in from the right and left sides of our stream, which means that Russian forces along that north now know, and if they follow those tracers back, the exact positions of militia forces. And as we can see, Expit using that information, pushing a squad up on the right, pushing a squad up on the left, but that center squad, as we talked about before, maintaining that overwatch, ensuring that these flanking squads don't get caught with their pants down.
Lumberyard too. We have a squad in Lumberyard. We don't know who went. Is that the only person we lost?
Yeah, just Terry.
Where was he?
Okay.
Copy.
RPGs coming out, tracer fire from train,
It's 50 cal fire.
engaging on both Squad 1 and Squad 2 from Russia.
Don't poke your heads out.
Are we clear to open fire?
Sounds good.
Contact is happening across the entire lines of both teams. Lumbermill engaging the opposite side of that hill on the west. The center squads engaging each other from train in that hill, and the rightmost flank is also engaged. So we right now have a full team wide engagement going on.
Nuke, are you up?
This is actually very rare to happen in squad ops, where every single squad is in contact at the same exact time with elements across from them. This is the first line-on-line actual engagement we've seen in a long, long time. Best Pony's still trying to come up here and try to flank, but we'll see what happens.
Sorry, I tried to tell you. Wait, do I face the wall too?
A lot of long-range engagements, probing, being safe. As we can see, we see a bound happening over here on the far left of our screen. This is Russia moving a fire team, trying to probe, see if they can advance along the side. Militia in Lumbermill now opening up on that squad crossing, or that fire team crossing. And that team is starting to take fire on the left.
Men reorient on those logs towards the southwest, guys. And just
That Overwatch squad, however, returning fire, trying to pin whoever
With that defense, if they start to push you
is on the
hard,
Lumbermill.
pull back to the MG. If they start to push you again, pull back.
Russian forces trying to creep on the left. Once again, looking at Xbit's play as a commander, you can see how methodical and slow he is. All squads, except for one, trying to probe an entry. He's very methodical, very slow, ensuring that he has the maximum amount of coverage and overwatch before moving. And as we can see, large amounts of fire trading back and forth across the entire line. We got squads on the Lumbermill, squads on the train yard, engaging Russians across directly. The 30 mil is now engaging an enemy technical over here on the hill. Or scratch, it's not technical, it's actually MG, and he goes down. We'll see if militia has to forfeit. RPGs coming in, trading back and forth. We'll see if Russia is able to overwhelm the militia here with their 30 millimeter. Disha on the train station itself, firing back on that center squad. We just have long-range engagements being traded back and forth. Xbit being extremely methodical. RPG shots going towards that center hill. RPG shot coming towards the Lumbermill. And overshoots.
I got no eyes for. I'm coming back.
Xbit finally sees that he is able to get maneuvers done on the left. He's sending a second fire team to flank on the left. He is trying to take control of the Lumbermill, noting that the center hill and the right hill have still not moving an inch, making sure that they're suppressing what they can from their current positions.
Probably like A461-ish, maybe just.
This squad on the left gaining a good amount of ground.
I could definitely see it shot people off of the MG nest.
Best Pony did engage over here, but he is down.
Yeah, looks like
Pony was able to kill 1, 2, 3, 4 players. So Pony trades 1 for 4 on this flank.
So got command.
A good amount of damage, but we'll see if it's enough. Russia making good time and good ground on this left flank.
Yeah, squad has to handle it. They have 2 squads.
Xbit just trying to get a just trying to get an edge in on the west. You can see a saw here doing some major damage, suppressing the targets. We'll see if he's able to get out alive. He's getting return fire right now, but he isn't definitely. He does get shot once. If he gets shot again, that could be it. He's trying to bandage.
Enemies on train station are moving eastbound. Bravo 5, keep at 9 now.
Rounds just flying right in overhead. He's going to try to move out again. He gets spotted. He's still taking rounds. Rounds coming within inches of him. He gets hit again. Right in the face, actually. I don't know how he's still alive. And he goes down. And Russia making some good ground on the left. We can see militia forces slowly getting pushed back as Russia pushes a full squad onto this left flank. Once again, noting how Xbit is extremely methodical, not moving that center or right flank until that left flank finishes its maneuver.
He's gonna move over.
There's guys in the metal roofing. I've seen through those big ass windows. Their scout car, or they have a techie.
Copy. We lost.
Xbit being extremely methodical, and it is paying off. The only one blunder or error that Russia has had is missing Best Pony. IED goes off in the center of the road, but is not next to any Russian forces. Shots being traded over here on the right flank now. But I do believe that Xbit did try to get a good foothold on that center hill, and it was able to reveal all of the militia positions as all flanks opened up on that center hill. And that kind of bit them in the back as Russia pushed up, knowing where militia forces were,
I don't know what the
and
other
taking the left
SLCs
flank. So Shadow playing extremely defensive and extremely safe. He pulled his entire lumber mill squad back into train station.
Train station. All right.
The MTLB is still up, I believe. Or is it not? Did it go down?
Bravo 5, keypad 6, looking at us.
Is it? Did they? No, the MTLB has shifted now to the center. Xbit's planning on using this center hill as the base of fire. I'm assuming all other squads, left flank, right flank, will pivot off this center hill with the MTLB plus infantry support, suppressing the train station directly.
Up there, you can put fire down. There's a Dishka towards 210. 210.
Yeah, I know 210. There's a lot of trees.
That back left flank trying to suppress this hill. A lot of long-range engagements this round. These are about 300-meter engagements, maybe even up to 4. Russia still making good pacing and good ground on that left-west flank. And pretty soon here, militia's going to get locked into the compound directly.
Flank, though, and we're not prepared for that, so.
Just still some light fire being traded, nothing too serious. 30 millimeter actually opening up. He's engaging a technical. Technical goes down. I think an RPG just actually hit the MTLB.
30 mils on fire. 30 mils
Yeah. An amazing round from the SBG truck manages to nail the SBG truck. Russia's still making good ground over here in the west. I like how he put a buddy team up on this high hill, overwatching and ensuring that these squads are not running into any traps.
Storage containers north of you. Try and get at least a guy or two over there. I don't want everybody in this building.
A lot of movement over here on this west, but militia's completely conceded it to the Russians. There are a few wing scouts over here, one on the south and one on the north, trying to do their best to get information. Muff trying to engage. It actually looks like Muff is trying to run up behind the MTLB. He's getting a little aggressive here. We'll see if he's able to sneak in behind Russian lines. But yeah, Xbit, just extremely disciplined and methodical in his approach, has not moved Squad 1 or Squad 2, and is just focusing on hitting that left flank and hitting it hard.
How's the element moving to containers?
Copy. Don't do it yet. Yeah, don't worry about pushing it then.
Rockets going back and forth. And just trading shots back and forth off of this hill. Xbit now holding the MTLB in reserve as it is one shot away from exploding. But an excellent methodical round by both commands.
What, the guy died? I don't know.
Yeah, Xbit's just trying to get these guys in an L shape right here. As soon as he gets control over that left hill, militia will be in trouble.
Right next to the blueberry, direct south of Muff.
Copy that, southwest of train station.
Appears like a fire team, maybe more.
Copy, yeah, it looks like trying to circle in on us. 4, I need you to stay alive and stay together. You're gonna be the guys to come
Shots are spotted on this this squad over here in the south.
Counter flanking theirs. I'm holding here.
Sounds good.
This squad is in a perfect position. Lots of high ground.
All squads, if you guys
a beautiful observation point for the Russians.
Yeah, definitely we need to get some kind of eyes to the southwest. At least watch this corner.
Once 3 and 4 assault 2 will open up, suppress the north side, let 3 and 4 get in there. Once we
It is pretty far though.
Muff taking shots at this squad.
Okay, I saw 3 move. on
SKS
south
fire
and
coming in as
east.
well, but there's good cover here and a medic.
Muff, how far? Mike is back on the hill now.
Copy that one.
On him.
I'm gonna see if I can't see the
Negative
blueberry.
down a ridge.
Oh no, they're farther. They're farther. Probably 100 meters to his west. Maybe not.
All right, Grim, be advised. We probably have enemies flanking.
Oh,
on
did
our
he get this
northeast,
guy?
right in between us and the buddy team I sent out.
Make sure we're watching our west.
Oh, he did. Look at that. This squad on the southwest losing momentum now. The flank from Pony might have done a good amount. Oh, Muff gets spotted. Shots go out on Muff. I don't think he took a round, but he is running back now. Pony's flank did do a good amount of damage to Russian of. Oh my God! Did Muff just one tap? No, he's okay.
We're gonna try to chill out as much as possible in Bravo 6 here.
It's Crispy getting shot at by Muff across the way. That's about a 300-meter shot. Looks like Militia's sending. Oh,
What's the bearing?
Train station.
it's Crispy gets shot once, but is not down. He's just bandaging up. He did take a round though. And there's a buddy team from Militia trying to get off on the far east flank, trying to get a flank. This is Tommy and Piddle trying to do what they can to get around Russia.
Muff currently has enemies north and south of him.
Copy that. North and south of him.
Maori has at least 4 guys close to him to the west.
I mean, I've got my AR. I can give him some.
Incoming west. I got 1.
We'll see if the Russians are paying attention.
I'm using you as an indicator. See people might be near the door.
Oh no, that's a friendly fuck.
I'm just using.
Russia just maintaining this observation area. He does have an RPG and a binocs over here. This is a combo for good long-range damage, as the squad leader can pick a target. The RPG has that range and that spread to kill someone.
Man, I feel like they're over here on the east side of the train station.
They're making steady progress on our west. That's where they're gonna
We're
approach.
definitely making steady progress on the west side. Stay vigilant on the.
Russians now have complete uncontested control over the lumber yard. Let's see if he spots this one guy running in the open.
From the MG marker,
This is Muff right here outside the compound, almost getting spotted by militia. RPG goes out, misses.
It's north of us as far as we can see.
RPG returns, almost hits this squad on the west.
They have audio on
Militia, Russians actually taking over the MG over here on the west that militia had placed, and are now using it against them. So militia actually using, Russia actually using militia's own gun emplacement against them.
Copy, moving on to the perimeter.
This is some great Overwatch. As you can see, this squad on the far west is engaging that scout all the way from over there. So they're covering that squad. Amazing coordination by these squad leaders. And now this one scout is getting shot at from the entirety of the Russian team. Let's see if he's actually alive still. He is. He's crawling. These two players, we actually lost one Russian up here. But, yeah, there's so much action happening all around right now. Russians still are holding that observation post, taking HMG fire from the base. They've taken over a militia Dishka right here that they are manning and currently using against the militia themselves. Russia still has that base of fire, that infantry line. As you can see, that taken over Dishka now firing on that militia emplacement on the southeast. But Piddle coming in behind with Tommy. Let's see if they can do any damage. Shots trading between these two squads. There are casualties on both sides.
Fire team come up danger close to a southeast.
Expit now jumping into the 30 millimeter.
There's still at least one contact active.
Who is this? Silent Death watching the flank. How vigilant. 360 security, ladies and gentlemen. Making sure you're watching your flanks. Silent might be able to shut down Piddle and Tommy's flank completely if he is paying enough attention.
Yeah, just north of my scout.
Yeah, command, be advised, trying to enter the FOB from southwest.
Copy, yeah, they have come into these front doors, so just watch these entrances.
Dishka fire engaging all the way across the valley. That's about 500
This
meters.
is 4. I'm most likely going down. Enemy still north of the road, right in between me and my buddy team.
Copy that, Mark.
Current grid.
Piddle and Tommy now behind 2 full enemy squads. We'll see how much damage they're able to do right now. Russia is still behind in the kills. If they do enough damage, Militia could sweep this pretty convincingly.
Go.
Yeah, let one come up here and be the base.
So 4, we still got contacts to the east.
What?
Yeah, let one come up here, be the base. You go behind 3 and help 3.
Russia actually opting to pull off that hill on the southwest. Someone's over here. Someone's checking the flank. Oh, someone might have been spotted. Nope. They're just gonna walk right by. Expert reanalyzing the situation, trying to find a good entry point, realizes that southwest hill has no cover to advance in. He's going to try to push along this ridge on the road.
Florida Command, what is status on train station?
They're trying to probe us from our southwest and our north. That they're not getting close, or they're not at the.
Expert opting to leave that entire east side open. He's now pulling his entire team westbound. Do Piddle and Tommy have an RPG is the question. No RPG here and no RPG here. So there's no anti-tank capabilities from this buddy team to take out the MTLB.
Bravo 5, keep at 8. Lat, do you have eyes on it?
Negative.
I can hear you.
This scout still doing massive amounts of damage up here. I can't believe he's still alive. How many kills? Who is this? Mari. Let's see how many kills Mari has. Let's take a look. Mari. Where are you at, Mari? Mari has 3 kills with the SKS. Doing an outstanding amount of damage. Expert still taking it slow and methodical. He realizes that there is a line of sight cut that he can abuse right here as this hill and trees block the majority of sightlines from train. He's going to try to push along this road close to the target. I think these guys are still trying to engage Mari. They have no idea where Mari is. Not a clue. Still, long-range engagements across all sides right now. Tommy and Piddle closing in on this Russian squad. They will be able to wipe this entire fire team if they commit. But it looks like they are slowly probing around this flank.
In a spot where we can use it. Uh-oh.
Lot of movement. Expit sends another squad over here to reinforce this southwest. So he's really going to try to press this west.
Hit that shit! He is
This SKS, Mari, still harassing on this flank.
Right on that tracer! Right on that tracer!
Both teams engaging back and forth. Russia putting an overwhelming amount of fire into the compound right now. Let's see if they've actually managed to get anybody.
Something up. I don't know what. I just pushed something up in there.
Militia loses 1 vehicle.
I think it was Techie in the doorway.
Fire coming in. What was that? What did they lose? Some kind of technical. Shots coming into the compound.
There are emplacements on the top floor of the brick building.
Merrick gunning at these guys.
Sorry.
And militia's getting crunched in here pretty close. Rounds coming into the doors.
Alright, thanks, 3. That contact's down.
Russia now on this west hill, has control over this west hill, pushing in. Let's see if Mari is still alive. I think he is. No, they finally got Mari over here. Good hunting by the Russians to find that SKS that was messing up their south. Now, complete control, complete uncontested control over this west. Piddle and Tommy still trying to work this northeast flank, but they have been outpaced. The majority of Russian infantry that was originally up here has already shifted to the southwest. So they have taken their time trying to be sneaky, trying to be effective, but they have missed their timing, and the majority of the Russian forces have now pushed off in the southwest.
Copy that.
I'm sure they will be able to inflict a good amount of casualties still. Oh, they might get one right here. Who is this? Xbit? They might be able to take out Russian command. Nope, still choosing to bide their time. They could have taken out Russian command right there. Oh, they might do it right here. There's so much going on, I don't want to miss any of it.
It's trying to creep in this MTLB.
No one's watching Russian rear. And Xbit's gonna go down here momentarily. Xbit goes down. Alright, this is why I talk about why sounds are so important. Because if you don't pay attention to the sounds, like if you know you're playing Russia, you know you don't have a saw, you would have been able to instantly analyze that situation and know that there's someone behind you. So knowing sounds is extremely important. Knowing what assets you have and what kind of sound they make. Russian making great amount of progress on the south. They finally cleared out this this eastern team. Russia now has control over both hills, almost including the north hill. There is Tommy still up there on the north, causing damage behind enemy lines.
Can you get over the hill?
They might be able to wipe this entire. Oh no! Someone knows. Who is that? Someone knows that they're up there.
Oh, it's gonna be so close.
Still 3 from the original 6, so 3 for 1. Still pretty good trade up there. However, they are getting pushed. Militia is getting pushed further and further back into the compound, getting more and more control, slowly and methodically taking all of the hills surrounding. They will have fishbowl militia inside the point.
MTLB is moving.
These guys gotta be careful as they run down the hill, as there's Dishkas all around.
Say again? Copy. Copy that, boy.
Looks like there was about 4 people still to the southwest, direct south on the border. Direct south.
Burns by the container. He's the only one out here.
Squad lead looking northbound. He's Bravo 6.
He's trying to bandage.
Copy that. Bravo 6, keypad 2.
Back into train station.
There's so much going across.
A firm, I'm still up. I'm like on red health. I'm about to go down. I'm bandaged up. I just need to move into train.
Yeah, I got one of my guys.
I think they've all pushed off this hill, to be honest.
All squads be advised, you got enemy purple smoke to the southwest. You have friendly green smoke to the south. They're pushing up at the moment. They're currently 20 meters from the south. Currently 20 meters from the south end.
B546 MTLV. Or it'll be B549.
Russia now trying to breach. They are taking fire from those containers. One squad leader goes down. No one's watching the corner. No one's watching the corner.
5-9. Bravo 4, 5-9.
Yeah, come on, be advised. We have contact close. West.
B549.
MTLB is Bravo 5, keep that fort.
MTLB is Bravo 5, keep that fort.
Fire
Bravo
team
5,
moving
keep
in
that
on
fort.
these containers. They're gonna clear out Burns.
I'm still chilling out here. If I take
Excellent
one shot
communication
at
by the
them,
Russians.
they're
Call that out.
They are on the south walls.
And Burns goes down. Russians now have pretty much complete uncontested control of the outside of the compound. Piddle is still up here, I think. Yeah, Piddle's still out here.
They're gonna try to by that barbed wire.
Russians now just have to find a solid way to breach and enter the compounds. I think he's spotted. I don't know, we'll see.
Changing position.
Copy that one.
See what happens. Piddle mixed in here in the rear, but they are aware that there's someone to their back. As you can see, these Russians sweeping 360, trying to make sure they don't get flanked again.
Well,
Russia making good time on this south. They now have complete control. Pushing in.
One, if you got eyes on that lodgy truck, we've got an ID by that lodgy.
And Russians have managed to change the pacing of this game pretty significantly. Overwhelming and surrounding methodically the outside of the compounds.
No eyes, however.
And then proceeding to take buildings and areas site by site.
I'm clearing out that second floor.
XF, there's a guy on your IED near the train.
Ooh, IED goes off. Does it get anybody is the question. No, it does not. Unfortunately. It does, however, kill the militia zone launcher. There's another IED placed. We're seeing where it goes. MTLB rolls in slowly. This freaking scout car in the goddamn containers. See if Piddle actually manages to take out Termy.
Oh shit!
They're very close. Oh wait, he got him. Piddle got Termy. What exploded? I'm missing so much. Oh, scout car down! Scout car down! Militia, the MTLB manages to hit the scout car. Russia, main objective completed. Let's see how many casualties they can complete the objective with. Oh! Rocket barely misses the MTLB.
Scout car's down.
Conserving ammo as I get low.
If they have a frag grenade, if anyone has a frag grenade, now would be the time to throw your frag grenades. This is the time to use fragmentation. Yes. Bad grenade. Bad. Shame. Shame, Azzy. Shame. 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 Shame.
How are you doing, Flea?
Oh, ID goes off right next to the station. Doesn't actually get anybody.
Maybe they were. Maybe they were. Maybe they got killed by that ID. I saw blood.
They were very
blood.
yes.
Oh, Russia being sneaky using the stairs. Look at this. Oh, you sneaky thing, you. Who's that? Han fucking Solo using his noggin. Look at that. Using those angles. Using those angles. There you go. You gotta think outside the box. That's how you do it. Oh, but they were watching the stairwell, so he goes down. RPG's going inside the compound. Oh, there's an SPG techie right there.
Alright, we're good.
Yeah,
think we
I
got
wouldn't be
not
surprised.
everybody, but we'll get revenge for them.
I don't know if I hit it.
I've just been waiting an hour for someone to come around the door.
They're coming. Or not.
Alright, go ahead. We have no squad leader now. Be advised, guys. Be advised. We're out. Our squad leader is down. We are now attached to 3.
Clear. Which
Oh, he missed! Oh, he got someone though. He got an infantryman, but he missed the truck. Oh, close.
Alright, it's got 30
Where are the frag grenades? You guys must have some frag grenades. Come on. Where are the grenades? There we go. You have a grenade. Come on. Come on. Yes. Don't you. Yes.
What's up?
Oh. It hit like 3 people though, and they're all bleeding now.
What's going on over there?
But it didn't kill anybody. But they're all bleeding.
Oh no.
That was a very
We're
good
gonna
grenade.
push Sin.
Surprise.
Oh, there we go. Technical down. Oh, work that angle. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, you see him. Someone's blind. Oh, grenade. Uh-oh. You better run. There's a ton of militia grenades coming out right now. Is Piddle still up there? Oh yeah, he's coming back now. You know, they could try to roll the MTLB in, but there's Dishkas up in there. I was gonna say. They need frags. They don't have enough frags to do this. I don't think they can breach this.
Okay, just hide.
Hey, XF, you come man the 50 over here?
Yeah, I don't
feel like it.
There's not enough explosives. They needed like all the frags. Oh, there's 2 guys here now. Maybe these guys have frags. Oh, trading shots. There goes a frag. I don't think it got anyone though. This guy just dancing with that guy. Just dancing with each other. Oh, there you go. Smoke grenade, using your noggin. That's what it's all about, boys. Using your noggin, using your tools, using everything you have. Everything you have to get the job done. Frag grenades, smoke grenades, ladders, rocks, vehicles. You gotta use every single thing. Wow, that's a lot of grenades.
If you're alive now, just hold your positions, wait for them to come in. They're gonna smoke, let them.
Yeah, Russians having a hard time breaching this thing.
30mm is through the train car. You can see it. through the train car, direct east. Yeah.
I can't see him.
Just so you know, he has sight lines on this doorway.
Taking shots.
I'm gonna try and go behind the building.
All right, you guys gotta work on your frag or grenade throws. Piddle? Is that Piddle? It's Piddle, isn't it? God, Piddle is a savage, isn't he? He's doing alright. He's freaking out now. He's freaking out as MTLB rolls up next to him.
Can I get a guy? Can I get a guy to dig the mine to the fucking entranceway here?
Does the driver see him? Oh! What are you doing? Who is that? Who is that? Shame! Shame, Merrick. Shame! 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 Oh, Piddle took a round right there. Oh, Piddle. Yeah, he's got a. Oh, he's throwing a frag.
Yeah.
No, he's bandaging.
Alright, send it
Somebody
right.
killed Piddle
along.
already. Jeez.
Yeah.
Come on, you can get him.
Good shit. You got him.
Oh.
There's more north. More north.
Well done, guys. Well done.
That engine's so loud, he's not gonna hear. Who is this?
Let me know if
Silent coming up behind him.
I can start soloing.
We're down to 2 Russians here. Oh, that's why he got out. There was a mine. Still, shame.
Does anyone have contact with that?
Shame.
One times guy where the 30 mic is. The 30 mic is coming down the main alley. He's coming down the main alley right now. You're gonna get a perfect shot.
Yeah, I got one rocket. He's got one left.
Well, I mean, it's hit, so I mean, we might be able to kill it with one.
It was on fire, so.
Hit him! Hit him! Hit him!
Main entrance
Hit
left.
him!
Boom!
Fucking get the guy back down. Shit.
You gotta watch for those vertical plays, boys.
Not over yet.
Those vertical
Not over yet.
plays. And that's GG. Russia completes their main objective, destroys the scout car, but suffers massive casualties while doing so. Thank you all for tuning in. We're gonna be talking a little bit post-stream, but that concludes round 2 of SquadOps.gg Operation Fallen Tree.
Good game, guys.
I got wrecked.
We had a great round from round 1, from round 2. Russia completing objectives on both rounds, but failing completely. We're going to try to pull a couple of these guys in for interviews, a couple of the platoon leaders or squad leaders, so that you guys can get a little interaction with them. I want to talk about our giveaway. Make sure you enter our SquadOps.gg giveaway for a squad key. We do it every month. You can enter in the twitch.tv/SquadOps, the channel. The chat has a link to the giveaway. So if you're looking to win squad, head over to twitch.tv/SquadOps. If you want to watch more squad, head over to youtube.com/SquadOps. If you want to learn more about our operations, how to join, how to play with us, and what SquadOps is as an organization, check out squadops.gg. We're still going to try to pull a couple of these guys in here to interview. Once again, my name is Karmakut. I'm the founder and director over at SquadOps. I'm very happy to have Penn here mixing the streams. Big shout out to Penn. He does so much work behind the scenes. But I want to recognize that. Great fellow. He's a great mixer. He does great work. Thank you so much to Penn. Thank you so much to the whole content creation team and everyone at SquadOps for volunteering your time and work to the platform. We really do appreciate it. And thank you to the viewers. Thank you so much to the viewers. We have, we're trying to get a couple people in here for interviews. Hang on here. XF, Xvit, and Shadowed Ritual. Oh, Xvit and Shadowed Ritual joining us here in the post-game lobby. Let's talk about that round 2. That round 2 was one of the most exciting rounds I have ever seen in Squad Ops. Just watching that line form on the north and south side of the roads and watching engagements all across that line, I have to say, was probably one of the most enjoyable spectacles I've ever seen at Squad Ops. How did you... I know Xvit was extremely methodical, but what exactly... Shadow, what was your thinking there as you started to see that massive line form on your north?
Oh, it was definitely intense. Like at first, we had no idea where they were. We had like reports of contacts on the northeast and on the southwest, but I didn't know they were direct north for the longest time. I guess the guys on the northwest kind of just connected that line, and it was just insane how that the MTLB, the 30 mil MTLB, was just able to just lay down fire and just keep us pinned down for so long. And we were running back and forth for a lot of that. Like I had the hat, we had one hat on the platoon for the militia side, and he just ran from one end of the line to the other, I believe like twice, just looking for this MTLB, trying to get it.
I saw that SPG truck had one amazing shot at about 300 meters and was able to connect with that MTLB. That was an amazing shot. Do you know who made that shot?
His name started with an M, is like Marty or something like
Mari
that.
Eats Kids?
Yeah, no, it wasn't Mari. He was a regular, he wasn't a regular. Like, he was just somebody who's been in our ops before, and he nailed that first shot. And then he just couldn't see for the next one. Like the MTV just kept moving, and he kept getting deflated. We just couldn't get a good line on for that second shot.
Well, hats off to him.
It was definitely a good shot on that first shot. Like we heard it was on fire, and that was like that relieved so much pressure, knowing that MTV was gonna play so much safer now that it's taken that one last shot.
Xbit, I know you are a very methodical platoon leader, and I could see that really in this form as you slowly progressed your squads up while maintaining that base of fire in Overwatch. What was your thinking as soon as you found out that it was in Train?
Worst plan. I mean, well, that's the one location I dreaded. I don't like Train, so of course it was the last place we checked, and of course it was Train. So. Yeah,
well, I gotta say, you executed it beautifully. The only thing that was that came down at the end was the breaching. The breaching was the one thing that I think really showcased how important it is to watch those vertical angles, to use your frag grenades, to use your lats, and to make sure you have those tools when breaching. But I have to say, while pushing to the objective, you took land and time and ground periodically and methodically away from Shadowed, and you could very easily see how that was happening and how that was working. It was extremely effective, but I think when you got killed by the flankers, you could see a lot of the command broke down, and that breaching and that aggression kind of slowed down. But off of that, until you got dropped, I have to say that was some amazing command and making sure that you slowly and if someone ever showed me that play, I would have been, that's Xbid squad commanding right there, because it was very obvious to me that how methodical and how planned that was.
Yeah, we had really good squad leads, and I knew sitting on top of that hill, I was like, they're gonna come up behind us. I just have this feeling. Sure enough.
Yeah, but that was amazing. And Shadowed, I think you held a great defense that round too, making sure that you had those Dishkas. Those Dishkas did so much damage. Watching those doors, you have no idea. It was disgusting. And then round 1, when you were assaulting Shadowed, I thought that first push into the mine was extremely cinematic. You could see all the smoke. You saw 2 squads worth of infantry, and you were able to execute that aggression while pushing mine. You were able to get in there and get in there fast, and you pushed every entrance, and it was a beautiful execution. But the one thing that messed you up on that round 1 was that IED in the corner. That IED was disgusting. Yeah.
Yep. Definitely, and that's the thing in pre-ops, like, and given the brief, that's my fear is just like mines and IEDs. Those scouts, they can swing a game like in a snap. They, like, if a well-placed mine takes out your vehicle, or if a well-placed IED takes out 6 of your guys, like, the swing is just insane. And yeah, shout outs to the scout who got those kills, because he definitely he won it for them on that round.
That was a amazing round for sure. I like that round.
Best Pony and Piddle. Best Pony, what were you? How close were you to browning your pants when that entire squad passed you on that west?
Honestly, it was far too close. That was the most frightening thing I've ever experienced in squad ops. That was oh my god. They literally, I saw them coming. I relayed to my commander and to my squad that I was going to die and that the enemy was right on top of me. And then I froze and watched as all 9 people just walked right on by.
That was insanely epic. And Piddle, you as well, with the flanker squad. You have been around. I've seen you on multiple ops, Mistwalker, and many others, where you're able to just get that positioning, get that flank, and do some massive damage. How, as an opposing player, would you say to counter yourself?
Well, get a techie and just dome me. On the first round, I definitely got wrecked by that. Usually, I'm just kind of like a passive player, so, but obviously, when I got a clutch, I come in and I clutch. So,
well, great positioning and great shooting, Piddle. You were able to drop a lot, including command, and completely dismantle that northern flank. So good job on Piddle and Pony for playing those good positions. Thank you to Xbit and Shadowed for commanding. You can see the aggression from Shadowed and the methodical commanding from Xbit. And really put on a great show tonight. I must say, this is one of the most amazing squad ops matches I have witnessed in a long time.
Yeah, thank you, Squad Ops. I have so much fun here now that I've joined. It's a real great time. My heart's still pounding when the MTOB showed up, so can't get that anywhere else.
I'm glad to hear that. All right, boys, we're going to sign it off here. Everyone watching the stream, thank you so much to everyone that participated today. Muff, Benbot, Burns, Crazy Russian, Han Solo, Xbit, Merrick, XF, Crispy, and Shadow. Thank you so much for your cameras. Thank you for the squad leads. Thank you to content creation. Thank you to everyone who works as a squad ops staff member. We really do appreciate your effort and time. And thank you to all the viewers for giving us an audience to put a show on for being very supportive and active in the chat. We love seeing your responses. We love putting on a good show for you guys. But thank you so much. Once again, if you want to see more squad ops, check out youtube.com/squad ops, twitch.tv/squad ops, and check out squadops.gg for more information on the platform as a whole. Thank you all, everybody, and we'll see you next time.